day for a race today. Leave it all out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. I got a good feeling about today, guys. Do something pretty special today. Green, green, green.
Holy cow! We had the big one to end the race. Oh, we got a giant pack back here. Holy cow!
Here we come. Go, 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 go. Got to be kidding me.
Didn't even make it on a lap.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Wow, that was dumb.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out for another race of the Team Conti Sim Performance Racing Series. We are at Las Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend, or sorry, not this weekend, this week, rather. And in the booth with me, I have, as always, Billy Martin, and then the driver of the 24 car, Noah Spalding, and William Ransone, the driver of the 76 car. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're living the dream up here in the booth. You know it. Every week.
Yeah, sounds good. So we have Las Vegas, a lot of on throttle time, a lot of dirty air. What do you guys expect to see tonight?
I expect a lot of people to be probably in that wall at a 2 or 4, pushing a little too hard. That's something some of these new guys have struggled with.
Mm-hmm.
That wall comes out to bite you like crazy. Tire management here as well is going to be crazy. You are not careful with your tires, you're going to be super tight, lose a lot of speed, about a second or so late in the run. Expect some people to save some tires for that last restart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. You're definitely going to be looking to see who's got the setup down. Las Vegas is a very important racetrack when it comes to setup. And if you don't have it right, you're either going to be spinning out of those corners or you're going to be going straight on through, running up toward that wall. So it's really going to come down to who can manage their tires the best. And we'll see what these guys can do, especially off of 4.
This is not a track for the timid. If you don't have experience here, you're in trouble tonight. Everything that you need in experience, what you need to learn in experience, having experience rather, is what you're going to need tonight. Tire wear, just like you said, managing your tires, managing your pit stops, managing how your car handles and changes throughout the night. This is the racetrack that you definitely have to race the track and then worry about your opponents later on in the race.
Absolutely. And if I can just add one more thing, pit stops. That'll be the name of the game. Las Vegas has the most interesting short pit road out of the cookie cutters because it's literally curved the whole time.
Yep.
And coming off of 4, your pit stop is right. The entrance is right there. So it'll really come down to if we get a chance for green flag stops, who can work pit road the best, and whoever runs it the best, I think we'll see in victory lane this evening.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx anything. I'm really hoping for some good green flag racing tonight. Last week at Phoenix, obviously, there were a lot of cautions. That track can be a little tricky, especially passing, getting around people. So to me, I don't know. To me, that seemed like that was the cause for a lot of cautions, but I guess that'll be put to the test tonight, racing a more traditional mile and a half.
And like Billy was saying, this track is not for people, is not for the timid. You got to have experience here. I did a race here last year in the Dash Series, and in practice, I could not stop getting that car to go around. It is very tough. Those bumps will get you, and if you're not careful, your car's going to fall off.
Definitely. I'm just looking at my little board here, and it looks like a lot of these drivers are taking that seriously. I'm seeing people putting 40 laps, 50 laps on time. They're really just trying to make sure that they have the last adjustments they need, and they know this track like the back of their hand. If you don't, we're going to see a lot of people spinning out, and this will be a very slow day. But hopefully these guys have this racetrack down. A lot of people are taking this this racetrack as serious as you need to. And of course, when we're coming down to those stage finishes, see a lot of people use that apron. They're going to definitely try to use every inch of that racetrack available, especially at Las Vegas today.
Cool. And with that in mind, I was given a lap around the track by our producer. So let's take a quick look at that, and we'll be back in just a second.
Back to the Crown Jewel lap around the track. I'll be your host once again, Nathaniel Campbell, in the number 82 Hollywood Motorsports Chevrolet. And this week, the Team Conti Sim Performance Dash Series heads to Las Vegas to get a little lucky. And before we get fully up to speed here, it's going to be a very interesting race. A lot of tire fall off around that lap 20 mark, so drivers going to be struggling with their cars. And it's going to be a tire saving race if we see those green flag runs. But coming out of turn 4 here, gonna want to be carrying your speed as much as possible, especially in a qualifying type of run throughout the race. Want to be just saving tire, as I just mentioned there. But heading into 1 and 2, not really gonna be wanting to go down to this white line here on the very bottom lane. Kind of want to wrap this seam that you see there in the middle, that kind of second lane down the back straightaway, get as close to the wall as possible. Then through 3 and 4. Using a little bit of these dashed lines on the track to kind of use as points of reference, especially with the walls going to yellow now. Not really a lot to see for reference on enter and exit points. You're going to hear here on the car, though, about 75% throttle, a lot of fight through the car. That's where I think tire wear is going to come in. And then through 3 and 4 here, once again, about the same type of lift. Can get down to this bottom here actually and almost touch that white line, but wash up quickly to get as close to that wall on exit as possible to carry that speed. And there's your laps around Las Vegas. Hope you all enjoy the race.
All right, and that was the lap around the track. Thank you so much for that from Nathaniel. He'll be posting those throughout the year, so just get a quick insight. I know we mentioned the practice that people have put into this lap. Really, I do feel like practice can only go so far with a track like this. There weren't any official A Open or there were B Open races this past week though, right, on iRacing?
There was, but again, what's different is we do have a different set of track conditions. We try to model it to what the race is actually like. We don't really always base it off what iRacing is doing that week. So you may run the best races you can in your official splits. However, this is a different beast. You're racing with people who are, different compared to your average. Everybody at the end of the day is trying to find a spot for the playoffs. That's what I think. It's still early, don't get me wrong. However, this is one of the tracks where you will definitely want to prove, hey, I'm better than you, and really show your dominance at this racetrack. So see a lot of that today.
Well, back in the day when the cool guys like me had NASCAR on your computer, that's what we used to race. That was our simulators back then. That's all we had. And Las Vegas was a great track, but it was the old original configuration. Then they changed it to this configuration, and then now it's on iRacing. And to me, I wish we had the old Las Vegas back. I was a lot faster there, but it was so much like every other track. And that's one of the reasons why they changed it. So I think again, it's just going to be all about experience. And if you look at some of the guys that we have in our top 5, they're the guys that we see every week. And there's one guy in particular that I kind of expect to be out front all night because he's won just about every race this week.
Yep, and I believe pulling up our top 5 here. Currently, the overall standings for the Team Conti Sim Performance Dash Series, we have Nathaniel Campbell currently in first position with 145 points, and Zach Saunders actually completely tied with him with also 145 total points. Following him, who we've noted has had some pretty strong races coming down the stretch, or not the stretch here, but starting the season off here. Sylvain Jolly has 142 points. John Terrell has 119, and then Keith Hume Sr. with 111. So that is currently your top 5. Obviously, last week too, early in the race, we saw all 3 Majors Garage drivers get taken out with one clean stroke. So that was some very early drama. As some people said in Twitch chat, major Garage playoff implications. So will we see retaliation for that tonight? Is there any lasting aggression or anger towards other drivers that we'll see tonight?
Well, here's the problem: is the old saying is elephants have the biggest memory, except race car drivers. Race car drivers, they will remember who is the first person who ever wrecked them, whenever, and they can tell you exactly who wrecked them and what were the circumstances.
Well,
Now, you cannot hold grudges, though. You can pay them back on the track and whatever. However, it's too early, and I think it's too soon, especially at a treacherous racetrack like this, to get focused on that. I think definitely we will see more aggressive racing, but from the Major Garage guys trying to prove their point that was completely unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you this is a track you have to race. You cannot race. You can't waste time racing other drivers. This is the track you race, the racetrack. But that being said, I definitely think we will definitely see some moments where they will show their displeasure. But I think it's too soon to be worrying about things like that. I think they need to rebound after their the lackluster performance in Phoenix, but we'll see now as they start qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, it was all 3. It wasn't just one guy; it was all 3 of them. So that definitely was a tough look. I think that was Boyd Hoggan that ended up causing that wreck. But yep, looks like qualifying is underway. If we want to quickly shift over to that to see what kind of times, because as many tracks, qualifying is a major key here at Las Vegas. Currently, let's see, switch.
Looks like Zach Saunders just took the pole here. If I can pull up, let's take a look and see what it looks like. It looks like these drivers are running in there what we were expecting, low 29, high 29s and low 30s. Looks like Zach is currently on the thing here. If we can see 29.8s, it looks. Ooh, it looks like we've got a very fast racetrack today.
Yep, currently fastest John Terrell, 29.8. Obviously expect a lot of new times to come in. They do run single lap qualifying for CGRs, so a little bit of a different qualifying setup than we see in the officials.
Also, I don't know if y'all had said it, but there was some news about the Dash Series car for Tipton Harding. I think it was a 39 car. There's a different driver, I believe.
Gotcha. Just trying to see if anyone's making laps still.
I think we got a couple outstanding here, but yeah, we got quite a few outstanding. But look at this, Boyd Hoggan, looking pretty good, as we were talking about.
Will we see drama tonight between them and?
I'm not
Major.
seeing any. I'm still looking at it. Looks like the front row will be shared by, at the moment, a Majors Garage driver and Boyd Hoggan. So maybe right off the bat, we could see some aggressive racing. Looks like Nathan and Colby are putting their laps in now. Let's see.
I just saw the tower. The Xfinity Tower looks beautiful.
Definitely. Well,
Yeah,
not
but-
Las Vegas. It may be the desert, but it's still one of the most beautiful. And it looks like right behind Boyd. Wow. If I'm Boyd Hogan, I'd be hoping these major garage guys are going to try to move on because it looks like he will be boxed in. He's going to have Colby DeClaro, who put in a phenomenal lap, a 29.9. Behind him, and he's going to have another majors driver, John Terrell, right beside him on the start. We could see drama quite early. Hopefully, these guys will be able to hold their feathers, and we won't be seeing that. But definitely got a lot to look forward to as they wind down qualifying.
Well,
Yeah,
one
as
thing
we-
that I was speaking with Boyd Hogan about is the fact that experience with other drivers. He really doesn't know of the other drivers in the league that well. He's not sure who he can trust. He's not sure who he can really race that hard around. So that's going to be one factor in that pack in the front.
Oh shoot, I gotta leave. Oop. I did it wrong. Whoops. Trying to figure out how to spectate. I need to tell I'm great with computers.
Not everybody was built to be a computer genius, especially when it comes to iRacing.
No, I'm still trying to figure out how to spectate instead of be in the race.
As qualifying is wrapped up, it looks like it will be an interesting race tonight.
Cool. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I was just updating the tower that I briefly showed. I had the wrong sponsor at the top, which is never a good thing. So I'm going to get that back up
I
here.
can't believe you, Thomas. Gosh.
Might want to fix that
Golly.
stage little thing. Well,
Yeah,
we
it
got
bugs. So it bugs out when they're on the grid, but once we get going, it'll fix itself. Let me get the grid here.
By the way, we also once again want to thank everyone for coming out. Oh my
100%.
God. It looks like it got a lot darker out here.
Yeah, it looks like that sun wants to hide, which will definitely, like we said earlier, this is a racetrack you need to just figure out. And if these drivers didn't prepare for the shading, could we see people get a little more tighter, more looser? Well, how will their setups be affected with these changing track conditions?
Yep, and the weather report today, partly cloudy with winds coming out of the west, 10 to 11 miles per hour, 67 to 69 degrees Fahrenheit, nice. So we should see lower temps, but honestly, with that sun, this track and the cars on it, this track heats up pretty quick.
Oh, 100%. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say we're out in the desert. We're in the heart of Nevada. This is where the sun will blister, and these drivers, fortunately, they're behind their computers and air conditioning. But it's gonna get hot on that racetrack. We could see track temps quickly rise, and that will definitely we could see some slipping inside, and so we'll have to pay attention to those track conditions tonight.
And
well, there was a problem last night. Some of the guys said that when the sun went down, it got really dark on the track, and we noticed that the lights didn't come on until fairly late. So we'll see if that's going to be an issue in this race.
Yeah, something with the new lighting that they implemented. Sometimes the track gets pretty dark before lights come on. So let's see if any of the drivers have some tough time seeing before those lights come on, and that pace car is rolling off. Just gonna run through the top 11 here real quick. John Terrell starting on your pole on the inside there. Boyd Hogan will be starting second. Tyler Justice will be starting third. Colby DeCarlo fourth. Rodney Roberts will be starting fifth place. Zach Saunders sixth. Nathaniel Campbell will be starting seventh. Jake Euler in eighth. Joe Stafford will be starting ninth. Noah Hunt 10th position, and Blake Roebuck will be starting 11th, and Jay Salmon will be starting P12.
$67 to 69 degrees Celsius. That's really cold for the desert.
Well, one thing about Las Vegas in the desert is when the sun goes down, it gets very cold, and that's going to be an issue. So not only does it change the grip on the track, but it also changes the horsepower of the car. These cars love the cooler air. Cooler air means
100%.
more horsepower.
And with these setups being open setups, you got to think that some of the drivers take advantage of knowing the cooler temps are coming.
We'll definitely see that.
Same.
Many of these drivers definitely. I know a few of them. Quite a few of them will make their adjustments, and others, they get them as they come from their setup partners, and so that'll definitely be interesting. But I'm taking a look now, and it looks like the track temperature is really what these drivers would want. If I'm racing in them, and if I'm one of them, I'm looking at my track temp, and I'm getting a little excited. This 86 degrees, this is what you want to see. The cooler it gets, of course, there's going to be a little bit more grip. So we'll definitely have to see how it goes.
Yeah, 86 degrees is very cool. I know I was practicing the Cup Series in 95 to like 105 temps, so this should be a fast race.
Let's hope it's not like that tomorrow for us, Thomas. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Well, I believe I'll be in that booth tonight, so I'll be looking forward to it. And it looks like that pace car has its lights off, so we should be going green any second now.
It's Rowe on the inside. We have Hoggan on the outside.
I'm sorry.
No, go on.
Okay, boys,
Oh.
give me a pick.
I was just going to say, I think we got to keep our eyes out on that Zach Saunders. I know this is one of his, he likes those cookie cutters. And, but definitely got to pay attention to these major garage guys. They definitely have something they want to prove after getting destroyed in Phoenix. And it looks like that safety car's off, and let's go racing, boys.
We get ready to go green. As my terrible Darrell Waltrip impression, boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys.
Boogity.
Yes, sir. We're
It looks like
here in
that
Las Vegas.
Boyd pulls immediately up that high groove, making it 3 wide right there.
Boyd was playing smart. I wonder if he's going to drop the technical.
Definitely.
That's the big highlight of the race. We have Tyler Justice coming right behind Terrell here, looking for that lead already.
Looks like he's going to stay in line. It looks like cars are falling out. Maybe this is a little bit of strategy. Maybe something's wrong. He fell off quite a bit. Here they come.
Yeah, Boyd he has a problem.
And it looks like 3 wide already. Here we go. Lap 1. He made it around the lap one time, and it looks like that's 7. I'm not sure what he's in, but he looks like he's comfortable sitting right behind Terrell right there.
Tonight. That's going to be the biggest. Who's going to win the jackpot here tonight?
Definitely. And we've got a caution. Whoa.
Don't know
I
if
wonder
it
what
has
happened
to
in
do-
that order. Wonder what it's for.
I wonder if it has
Looks
to do
like
with
they're
that
gonna
car
have
coming
to-
off pit lane.
Looks like they're gonna slow them back down, and we're gonna re-rack. But let's see if we can get a replay and figure out what happened. I heard something blow up, and it looks like there is a car. Let's see, they're coming out of 2. It looks like. And let's see. Ooh, looks like someone just got in the wall and just big collision, big wreck. Quite a few
Man.
drivers caught up in that. Ooh, and then they're still wrecking. Ooh, yeah, gosh, that doesn't look good. I think someone just got tight and brushed up against that wall. And remember, these cars are fragile here.
I think it was a 54 car.
And it looks like he just got turned.
And they just
oh
all
my gosh.
ganged up. And that 25 car just had nowhere to go.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
just,
rough
and then
start
they
for
keep
the-
wrecking all these back markers. They just kind of
Yeah.
come all together there. And it just looked like he just got turned, which is weird. I'm not sure if he got tight. Looks like quite a few of these drivers were in it as they cycle through. I think Cody Leach was in it.
Yeah, that's extensive
Asher,
amount of damage for
Zach
Cody.
Zach Johnson in it. Haden Higginbotham, Justin Bell, Ryan Taft was in it. Ooh, this
that's a
took
rough
out quite a
night
few of
for-
these back markers early.
Yeah.
I
That's a rough
definitely
night for. Oh, sorry.
I definitely am shocked that happened. I'm not sure if he got tight or he thought he was clear. Or that definitely I'd be asking quite a few questions if I'm that driver who just got turned there.
Yeah, and that's like I was trying to say before. That's a rough night for those Eternal Phoenix Motorsports guys. Both their cars getting taken out, and all of these
Oh.
other guys as well. Just yeah, rough nights for everybody
Now the
here.
question is, how much damage do you have? Do you think these guys are gonna just remember? Lead laps are important. You want to stay on that lead lap, especially with damage. That was a big concern in the truck series last night. So it's going to come down to who is going to try to just take the damage they can get, and who can repair that race car as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think any damage here is just going to be a killer because it's just going to amplify whatever tire wear is happening naturally. So that's definitely a rough start for a handful of guys there.
And I believe they're coming to 2 to go this time. So, yeah, 2 to go. So, oh no, choose cone.
I wonder if we have anybody done for the day too. There's some people that took some hard hits.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
Cody Leach was
I
missing
saw
his entire hood. So.
And it looks like there's a couple who are. Ooh, looks like a couple people didn't get it right. Some people are gonna have to go down a lap, but it looks like Cody Leach might be done for the night. Ryan Taft, Justin Bell, Cameron.
Like someone just
oh
did
man,
not do
that
their best Lightning McQueen impression. Looks like one of the one of the internal guys. I don't know if that's the 30 or the 25.
yeah. Oh, that's a rough. I'm not sure if they're done. I know it looks like Asher went down 1 lap.
I think
He's going to be the
he's
free
not
pass. If we get another caution, he is at the moment looking like the free pass car.
Yeah.
But it looks like a lot of these drivers try to take as much damage, and all these drivers who came down pit road, they were in the pits for a minimum of a minute. A minute flat looked like the minimum pits. So a big shake up early. So we'll see how it rolls out here as we come back to green.
As we were talking, you're talking about Zach Saunders, and you were talking about Zach Saunders. He's currently 4th at the moment. So whoever predicted him to possibly win, he is up there now.
Well,
Ready to roll.
you know how Vegas goes. Some days you're gonna put it all on red and turn up lucky, or other times you might just go home and you might be thrown up out of a truck.
Put it all on black.
I definitely don't always have the best Vegas stories, but that's not something we're here to talk about tonight now, are we?
Yeah, okay, but I saw someone on the apron and thought the 7 got an EOL for a second. Let's say, oh no, what a rough start already for Tyler, but it looks all good.
It looks like Cody Leach did leave pit lane, so he will be.
Well, I don't like how that race car looks.
He was fine.
Yeah, I mean the race car looked rough, so I don't know how much handling he has.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of he was just kind of running up. I'm not sure if
just trying to get back out there, I guess. Like I said, there's some people who have driven cars like that. Last season in the Dash Series race at Talladega, Jim Mott had no hood. His right front was more cambered in. It looked like it was almost sideways entirely. But he was running on that track. We don't know how Jim did it.
Well, we're at a super speedway. Off bets are off at those. Anything can happen. But that's like playing roulette, except you're blindfolded. You're blindfolded. You just put it all on something and you hope for the best. I look forward to when we head to the next super speedway. I look forward to hopefully being in the broadcast booth for that one. But here we go, back to green.
Back to green as that pace car gets ready to take that hard left on the pit road this time by.
And here they go. As it makes its violent left turn, that's almost supernatural, as they say, into that restart zone, and it looks like we're green. Terrell off with a terrific start. We'll see if he wants to play the lanes here, going into 1.
I think it's Rodney Robertson not getting a good start on that outside. Behind him is going to be Zach Saunders.
Definitely we got to. But remember, as these tires wear down, they will want to creep up that racetrack and play a little bit of a higher lane. So we'll see if we can get that. And it looks like, ooh, someone tried to just make it 3 wide there. Saunders thought about making it 3, but thought better. Yeah. As they come back out of 4. Remember, ooh, got a car in the wall there. He's running up a little close. A lot of these guys, they're all still trying to figure out each other in this racetrack. Is we still get going in this first? Whoa, he got a tremendous run, and he's going to get that exit off of 4.
And he's going to take the lead. Leader. Roberts for the lead here at Las Vegas. Terrell second, that outside line looking to do some wonders. Terrell falling back early. Now falling back.
And they're 3 wide. It looks a little further back. That'll be interesting to pay attention to as they kind of settle back down. And it still was. I think we did lose Cameron Romano and Justin Bell tonight. It looks like they're still in the pits, so we might not. They might be done for this evening, which is unfortunate. Oh, they're wrecking! Whoa! Will they keep it clean? Will they keep it green? They saved it. What a save! But he's stuck in that wall. Will he make it down pit road? They're still up there. Wow! What a terrific save. However, that's not something you want to see as they gather it back up.
I saw that 13 car getting that wall the previous lap. I was saying they were going to wreck at some point, and looks like they did.
Justice not done yet. He's working that 22 of Roberts as they make it.
I will say the longer he stays
And it looks
up
like he's
there-
gonna. Now we've got
have
a
a
caution. They're gonna bring the
Justice
caution
to the
back
lead.
out, and Justice gonna inherit the lead here with that caution. It
Wonder
looks
what
like we
happened.
might
What
be
there
in
was
for a
no
repeat
timing.
of. I hope I'm not right, but we might have a long night here with these cautions. And it looks like they're coming out of 2 again.
Oh,
It looks like he just kind of came up the racetrack and just didn't see him there.
I need to see another replay of that. It looked like they both just came into each other there. Just both came into each other. Just a racing incident, and you'll have that at coming into those corners. Sometimes you're gonna want to go down. Sometimes you're gonna go up, and that's just the way this stuff happens. Doesn't look like anybody got too much damage in that one, but that's Las Vegas for you. Oh, Justice down pit road.
I'm not sure what the call is here, but
Could be fuel too. Wonder if he's playing a strategy.
I don't know. Do you guys know the fuel window?
I do not of the Xfinity card. I think he's about 30. He's about 45 laps. It shows about so he's probably taking it smart, trying to pit. In case, someone takes the free pass there. No clue who that is.
Yeah, we did see Justice fighting with Rodney Roberts for the lead there. 22 car was riding the high side. While that does get you a lot of speed in the short term, obviously doing that too much early run can really wear those tires down fast. So
Yeah, and that. Oh yeah.
But look, these guys know what they're doing, right?
Yeah, and that's why we're here. We're sometimes professional race car drivers, we promise. Just don't look at the cup race last week and you'll be fine. Zach Saunders up second, and it's a Ford 1-2-3 at the moment. It says Ford 1-2-3-4 at the moment. Ford's dominating that top 10. Look at that.
Is that car in second place really bright and psychedelic, or did I eat the wrong chocolate bar?
You are seeing correct, trust me.
Okay, thank God.
We could just make you believe you're seeing colors, Maybe maybe that chocolate you ate was something. Who knows?
All right, chat, and I'll go ahead and throw up another gamble here. I got the graphic for Vegas, so this prediction will be for who wins or what manufacturer wins stage 2. So obviously we have Chevy, Ford, or Toyota. Go ahead and get your predictions in for that. And what do you guys think? I mean, obviously we have currently have 2 Fords in the front row, but
I think it's going to be a Ford. With the way the Fords are looking.
That I think 100% you're right. I think these Fords are completely in that top, are completely dominating that top 10. And I just noticed, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a predictor for tomorrow night, but this inside line, a lot of people prefer it. A lot of people want to take that inside line on that choose rule we have at Crown Jewel. So here we go, as that safety car makes that supernatural left turn off pit road.
Super.
And
Oh,
they enter that
yeah,
Geico
yeah.
restart zone. Roberts does control the race. Let's see if he goes. And he goes. He does not get that start that he probably was hoping as they go into one.
Yep, Hogan's right there on this outside. Gonna have momentum coming through turn one here.
I think Hoggan got to the bottom. Yes, Hoggan did get to the bottom. Now he's going to be right behind him here. They got Zach Saunders right behind him here. They're too wide to back and back in the back. Back and back. I'm over here kind of slurring my speech, but we got multiple moves going on here. Rodney Roberts is looking like he's just trying to run away.
Look at that DeCarlo. He's trying to make that outside line work. But look at that Major's garage car of that number 24. He's trying to make it work. And there's that Joe Stafford on that outside. Well, it looks like someone got fenced there.
Oh, the 38 car. I don't know who that is.
And look at that 38. He's thinking about it. He makes it 3 wide there. I don't know if you want to do that. Whoa, he loses it, saves it, and hits the wall rough. Ooh. Let's hope that's not some major damage there from that. He tried to make it work, just didn't want to stick.
And those kind of moves right there will make you need a new pair of rollers.
As they get going, look at that 26. He's rolling around nicely.
The 26 scale of sheets, and the 15th of Tyler Quad. I do not know how to say his last name properly, so it's called Tyler.
And it looks like everybody's starting to settle down now. Everybody wants to just log some of those laps here as we go further back in the pack.
You just want those long green flag runs, because the cautions just don't get you any experience. They just,
They save it. What a save! I don't know who that was. That the 22? No, that was
97.
That was a 97.
Oh,
wow,
McPeak.
what a save from McPeak. What a terrific save. It looks like he might have just gotten a little loose there. And like I said earlier, setups is going to be what makes or breaks your race tonight at this tricky Vegas.
As we see Tyler Justice all the way back up to 19th at the moment behind these guys as well.
I just want to mention to the chat room, it's pronounced clam chowder.
That guy comes back every week. Yeah.
That's how it's pronounced.
So it's not chowder.
Look at Tyler Justice. He was one of the few that came down pit road, and he's quickly working his way downfield, through that.
We're gonna pass to the lead here.
Yeah, Rodney Roberts going around the outside here. Turn one, coming out turn two.
Tries to get that little side drop.
The momentum.
But as we keep going on, the question is flat traffic. How are they gonna get around them?
You're definitely definitely
by
working
running
those
enough green
intercoms.
flag laps. That's how.
By not causing a caution. That's how.
Well, if
it's not so much how do you get around them, it's how do you not get wrecked by them.
Definitely.
Cars.
Whoa, looks like we got moved there. This has a massive run, takes it down that inside. And I can see people starting to slowly creep up that track as that tire wear sets in lap 20.
Yeah, and these are just about the time your tires start to wear down and you're not running them fast as you want. And Vegas, like we said before, it eats your tires alive.
Definitely, I'm starting to see people already start losing a few tenths a lap. Boyd Hoggan is keeping it nice and clean. He's only lost about 2/10 a lap here.
And just for clarification, Xander Short in the scoring is down as car 1, but he's showing as car 38, so not 100% sure what that's about, but just for you guys at home. Definitely doing a good job trying to get around Sylvain Jolly here.
Yeah, and he's still got that damage from when he can take that wall. I wonder if that's starting to hurt his race car, and he's got to start running up that racetrack a little bit. As he starts getting tight, like I said, handling is a big deal, especially off those corners.
Yeah, and I just realized I was trying to find the driver 38. That is Xander Short. On the tower, it's just the one car. So
and he turns the 15.
short. They're short.
Man.
And they're just going to come to a rest, and the caution will come out for the third time this afternoon. Looks like that 15 gets it rolling. Ooh!
Oh, that
And
was
it looks
terrible.
like
Hey, flies up.
And it looks like these guys can't figure it out as we bring that safety car right out. I'm not sure. It looks like down coming out of the trial one, the 15 creeped up. Yeah, he just runs it up and it wasn't
That's
clear.
called 2-0.
And that's always awkward when
Yeah.
you're facing each other like that on the wall. You're just like, hello.
Yeah, that's usually it. If we were able to virtual reality and have controls for our hands, I guarantee you there are some gestures being shown to each other as you're facing each other. Like, what the heck was that? As we right on board with Xander Schultz.
Give him the number one.
Yeah, it seemed like Xander was just holding his top line here.
I don't know if he heard clear. I guarantee you, though, there was definitely some race chatter being shared. And like you said earlier, if we ever get a green flag run where lap traffic will play a factor, you're working those radios, you're talking to those other drivers, letting them know, hey, I got to get this lane. This is where my car can handle that. Please don't do this. Please don't hold me up. Sort of thing. You definitely don't want to get stuck because you're burning tire trying to get around these guys, and that allows other race cars coming up around you. But we'll definitely see. I think that 1 and 15 come down pit road.
As we have a free pass here, as we're looking, the free pass will go to the 30 car.
And I'm just going to do a quick refresh of the panes just to be sure that it's not on my end. It's just weird because the scoring shows Xander as a 1 car, but his panes.
Oh, and we had quite a few people who took stops. Xander Short, Tyler Krosowski.
Yeah. Tyler
Cody.
Krozak in. Obviously, he was involved in the wreck with Xander just then. Honestly, I think Tyler probably took most of the damage there. Xander was just kind of.
Yeah, I'm just
that
curious
turned,
if maybe he heard clear in his ear. He just kind of came up thinking that he was maybe clear. It was just really bizarre that he came up. Maybe he just got really tight, but that's not really a place where you'll feel the handling around the racetrack. So that's very interesting.
Count about 8 to 9 cars coming down pit road, by the way.
And it looks like we're gonna come down to 1 to green here. We'll see how that choose rule takes place. A lot of people will try to take that inside if they can get away with it, but sometimes in order for that track position, you're gonna hold that bottom. But Boyd, I'm sure Boyd Hoggan is extremely happy with his setup. Before the caution, his fastest lap when the race started was a 35.7. Excuse me. And it looked like he has only lost a couple tenths, and as I went down, it looked like people were losing 5-6 tenths. So it definitely looks to see if maybe he's very happy with that race car as they come to 1 to green here.
A 35.7. I would shoot myself in the foot to be able to go around this track that fast.
Yeah, it's definitely a good pace, and probably a lot has to do with the cooler track conditions. I'm curious to know if the track has heated up at all with the sun being out and then running some laps.
It looks like it has. I'm taking a look at our little flooring board here, and it looks like since the start of the race, we were at 85 degrees. And that was what the ideal track temp was for this race. It's gone up nearly 6 degrees. Definitely think that track is getting slicker. These guys are going to start really wanting to maybe make adjustments when we come to the end of the stage here as we go back green.
Yep, Boyd Hoggan and Zach Saunders starting on the front row here. Obviously, no surprise to see Zach work his way up to the front. Let's see if he has some good tire left in that car to get the job done against Hoggan. Lap 26 of 45 for stage 1 here. Pace car turns off, and we're off. Green flag.
Whoa, and I think
They
that
all
tire
checked
sat in
out.
because it looked like the 6 spun his tires there.
He did. He almost got into the 60 car. That entire inside line checked up on. I don't know if there was an accordion effect back there, but they're back green.
Oh, and I hear spinning, or I thought I heard a spin. Maybe it's just, if that's not a spin, these tires are getting really angry.
Is that Saunders driving the Austin Powers mobile?
Could be.
That psychedelic car? It is. Yeah, Saunders is driving the psychedelic car.
Yep, he's in the 60. Yep.
You got the Austin Powers theme playing.
Definitely. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm doing races like these where it's mental fortitude, if we go to a super speedway or we go to a road course, I play music in my ear just to kind of keep my nerves calm and really just kind of focus. And maybe he's just trying to play that Austin Powers theme to really help it as we come to lap 29.
And I've actually tried that, but it just hasn't seemed to work out for me the way I wanted it to. When I'm super competitive, it's like everything is gone. So it's like,
Oh, and Zach
Saunders
taps
Saunders in the wall.
Maybe he's starting to get tight.
These tires are getting ready to go.
Yeah, 30 laps down now. Obviously, tires are definitely starting to heat up quite a bit. With the cautions, though, I'm not exactly sure what the wear is, but obviously, as Zach Saunders going to the wall on that last lap, some drivers might be getting pretty tight here. Some drivers might be getting snapped loose, so we'll have to watch out for that.
Well, I think he's screaming to his friends, his buddies and teammates in the Discord channel that he's in. He's probably talking about how he is excited to put 4 fresh Goodyears on it.
Yep. Yeah. And also, you got to think, will any adjustments be made? Do the drivers like the way the cars are currently handling, or do they maybe want to add a little bit of pressure to that right rear to get some more rotation? But definitely be interesting to see as these drivers come in at the end of the stage, what they do to their race cars.
Well, as they make it 3 wide in the middle, I think that's the number 7 of Tyler Justice, and they're wrecking! And we're going to go under caution again, as it looks like that 3 wide move wasn't sustainable for the other 2 drivers.
I think that's Sylvian Jolly that was in that wall. He's done. His car's blown up.
Yeah. And that's an unfortunate end for him tonight.
Yep. That is Sylvian. What a shame, man.
So we ride on board, and it looks like he just hit the wall. And did he grab I can't tell. I can't make that out. It looked like
Nathan Fuller in the 23, just wrong place, wrong time for him, unfortunately. Getting caught up in
Hopefully he doesn't have some major damage, but a rough end to it looks like he makes it, but he tries to give him space and just pancakes the wall and then gets out of shape and just claims that 27. Rough end for the Sylvian.
Yeah. And that's Vegas, like we said. Like I said earlier, this wall's going to eat you alive, and I guess we're proving it early on here.
And this is on board with Fuller, obviously seeing the 3 wide in front of him. This has nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
The hard impact for him. Yeah, and that car sounds pretty heavily damaged. He's going to have to come back down pit lane.
Yeah, without a healthy engine, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
He's probably red hot right now.
Well, not be surprised. And we're on our 4th caution here, and it's only lap 33, which leads us to wonder how many more are we going to have?
Well, that's the problem. Stage 1, people just can't see him, and we see a lot of more people come down pit road. Some of those people in that earlier collision still trying to fix their race cars. Xander Short comes down pit road to try to fix that damage, and it looks like quite a few others, but most of these guys I think are just ready for the stage to end and just go, toss these tires away. I'm getting fed up.
A lot of these guys are people who were involved in earlier accidents. I see the 30, I saw the 38. So some of these guys are a lot of people who were involved in accidents earlier on, so.
And you see Cody Leach's car is looking a lot more healthy now. I don't know how many laps down he is, but
I will take that. I'll look that up for you here in a second.
A lot of that damage fixed.
Cody Leach is on the lead lap.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, his car was heavily damaged in that first caution that we had, so not out of this yet for Cody Leach.
My man, Cody.
We all love Mr. Leach.
I've always had problems with him, but that's.
I'm actually gonna
I've never always
apologize
enjoyed the
to him tomorrow on the
way he
broadcast.
raced me.
That's awesome. Mr. Hogan's is Tim Richmond.
And it looks like they come to that choose rule here.
Oh,
Oh, what the whoa? Yeah.
I don't know what that was, ladies and gentlemen, but
Oh my god.
I guess the aliens do live among us.
What is that?
And it looks like we're gonna have a 3 or 4 lap shootout to end the stage.
No, about a 10 lap shootout.
10 laps, yeah.
10 lap. I couldn't. Yeah, I'm
It's
not
all
the
good.
smartest.
It's okay.
Even
Yeah.
my girl will admit I'm not the sharpest tool in Mary's shed, but you know, I still do what I gotta.
Are you gonna rule the world?
Yes.
Hey, I don't know what HD stands for, but my doctor says I got 80 of them.
You're gosh darn right, buddy.
He said I scored. My doctor said I scored extremely well on this test, and then when I said I was that good, he kind of looked at me and kind of shook his head. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I'm still waiting for the results.
Well,
Just
we always
positive
tell you
for-
that you're special, and it's not because the state branded you that way. So don't worry about it. Let's go
And here we
racing,
go, back
boys.
to the green flag.
They're checking
Boyd
up.
Hoggan,
Check up back there.
Hoggan takes a decent start, brings that 22 of Roberts with him as they file back
They are
down going into
pushing.
one.
Just getting a huge push from Rodney Roberts. Rodney trying to win this stage as well as everybody else. These stage points are crucial for playoffs and playoff drivers as well.
Whoa. Wow, they take it nice and heated into 2. And 3, my mistake. Out of 4, you can definitely see them start creeping up toward that wall, and you can only creep up so much before you start feeling the wall let you know that you're a little too far.
It's like
There's that number 7.
Hogan.
That number 7 who made that earlier pit stop. I wonder if this is working out. He's looking at quite a few stage points here. He still completely slices his way down the field.
Yep, taking that early pit stop, the early cautions there, he definitely has some more life in his tires than the competitors around him. And him able to be on the bottom here is
Look how I just want to mention, he's really holding that white line, which everyone used to do at the start, but he's still really keeping it down that white line as he still gains. And then it looks like he has a completely different strategy in 3 and 4 as he goes with the Boyd Hoggan there. Or not, my mistake, DiCarlo. As he thinks about making it 3, thinks better. As we come to just 7 to go in the stage.
tick tock. These last laps will go by in a blink of an eye.
I can tell you, for some of these drivers, it feels so slow, and you're like, you know the lap times are consistent, you're still doing what you're doing, and yet it feels like a lap is an eternity as you're just hoping to just come to that stage break and just throw 4 freshies on it. But it looks like they're settling down, and everybody's just really running that middle groove now as those tire wear sets in.
Yeah, and Tyler Justice able to get the pass done there. He's now up to P5, working on Colby DiCarlo. It's a good bounce back for him.
Oh yeah.
And you see that 26 is Caleb Sheets really battling. As they come to 4 to go, 5 to go at the stage.
Yeah, and you have to think Saunders' car is just not feeling hot for him right now. He's fallen back consistently after just getting passed by Jay there.
Oh, you better hope, because it looks like it's a real mess where he could be taken a part of as they're 3 wide for a moment. And there's that 98 right there, John Terrell, really trying to make things happen. I think he took that pit stop on lap 11 as well. That track temperature, I'm just looking at it again. It looks like it's still creeping up. So that sun is really coming down and warming up that racetrack. If I'm one of these drivers, I'm screaming, asking what adjustments do I need to make to maybe free that car up or tighten it up. You're really hoping you got your adjustment cheat sheet on the ready. Because it looks like Saunders is coming under intense pressure for that. And we've got another caution, and I believe that might end the stage.
That's definitely going to end the stage, but the question is now, what's that caution for?
Oh, we're right on board Dickinson here.
Oh, was it?
Oh, it looks like he just wasn't clear, and he gets turned out in the Bob.
Not Cody. Cody Leach involved too.
Oh, and more damage. Oh, that's unfortunate, and that should end the stage. And I can tell you that top 10 is excited that this stage is over, and we're gonna see a lot of people come down and put 4 fresh Goodyears and top that tank off full of fuel for the next stage. But hopefully during the second and third stage we can see some better racing. This is definitely not what we wanted to see. Is all the leaders come down pit road. And remember, a lot of these drivers, they've got to stay as far right to that pit road, and it's curved, so we should see a little trickiness as they come down pit road.
I love it when you go down the back straight, you go turn into turn 3, and you see those campers lined up on the back.
Oh, it looks like Boyd.
So much North
It looks like one of the major garage guys overshot their pit box. They had to back it up. That's not great. That's going to cost them a couple positions on pit road. As they get going here, and it looks like Boyd will keep the lead, and Stafford comes out, and it looks like that 24 lost a couple spots on pit road there. He probably could have gotten a little better, but he slid through that box. And if you slide through that box, it can be costly. Looks like he lost a spot there. And look at Sheets. He gained 9 spots on during that stint.
Great stop for him there.
What a stop.
I was just double checking to see that he took 4. Yeah, it looks like he did take 4, so great stop from
and it looks like Tyler did it. I can't tell what the blue means, but does that mean 2? Or does that just mean he did it? Is that his second stint? A little confused up here.
Oh, Tyler Justice, that his first stint was 11 laps, and then he did 32 laps.
Yeah. As they re-rack him up here.
He's on his 3rd set currently.
Oh, man.
Was gonna say we could pull someone up, but it looks like the pace car lights are already off, so a little late for that. I'm sure we'll have an opportunity
to try that stage winner. We'll see if we can pull that stage winner at the end of the next caution here and kind of see what his plans are for the day as they come back down. That pace car is going to make that supernatural unturn off pit road. And we're going to go green. Stage 2 about to go underway here. And here we go. And it looks like that green flag is in the air as Boyd gets a terrific start. And look at that takeoff. I'm gonna pull up my lap times here on my timing sheet, and I'll let you know how quickly these cars are coming in.
You know, I gotta tell you this. It was funny. I went and pulled up my app I have on my phone. I want to see what times these guys are running. I have this app called Race Monitor, and it picks up the times. You can go to any racetrack in the United States and will tell you what the cars are running. Unfortunately, it's real race cars, not iRacing, and I just opened that app just to find out what times they're running.
Bill the Masshole making his mistake. Ooh, and it looks like someone got a little loose. And we've got another caution.
Yeah, they don't call me that for no reason.
Take a look-see here. Oh, I'm not sure if Xander was caught up in this one too. Oh, he just came in.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's rough day. Ooh,
17
big
on his
collision.
roof.
Oh man, is that the end? Oh, that might be the end of Xander's short stay.
Oh my gosh. Let's go on board with Michael Deach here. Give me 1 second.
Sure. Yeah.
That'll be the end of. It looks like he just clipped the apron and he got loose and they just came together. And you can still hear him on those brakes, but maybe it's not too bad. It's mainly body damage. But he's definitely taking that second to recuperate here.
That might be the biggest wreck we've seen here.
Yeah, it looks like Xander got
Looks like
the apron,
touched,
came up, and at the same time, Boyd just ran up and lost it. So maybe, what a wild ride for Michael Deach here. Oh, a big collision.
Yeah, some residual
That inside
wrecks
wall.
there.
Thank God this is iRacing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm hoping this is still inaccurate, but we might be in for a caution fest. This is not one of those races these guys want to be in. They want to be able to go around, and I guarantee you, what a 3-wide move there from the 98. And we ride on board with the 97. Whoa, what a wild! He just sees it, and nowhere for him to go. But it looks, and he just gets tapped again.
I think he was making it through fine. Yeah, he had the car on his hood, but I don't think a lot of damage was done quite yet. But unfortunately, just getting sideswiped there when he thought he was in the clear.
That is the worst feeling. You feel proud of yourself. You cleared it, and then you just get hit, and then you're just, oh man, I'm in for a rough one. And then you're just asking, how much damage am I gonna have to sit there and repair?
So
let's see if we can.
4 laps into stage 2, already a big wreck. That's our 6th caution now.
And I'm curious if we can see if we can pull Boyd Hoggan up in the booth and talk to him real quick.
I think they just did choose, so they're coming one to go. Sorry, we took a little too much time looking at replays there. Next caution, I feel like there'll be another caution. We'll pull him up, ask him how the car is feeling, how the track's feeling.
I'm hoping the next caution we'll see is the stage break, and we can get some grace in here. But yeah. I think these guys are still eager to, and the track is cooling back down. So maybe this racetrack is going to come back to these guys here. But we'll definitely see as they lay that rubber down, they re-rack them, and maybe we can get a green flag run here.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some green flags under our belt here. Always tough just to get into a rhythm when you just get these constant cautions. So
yeah, and as a driver, that really messes with you.
Yep.
Is even though we go back to green, these guys are getting antsy, they're getting frustrated, and it really doesn't set that rhythm they want to run the laps they want. As we come back green, Boyd Hoggan, big stack up on that inside line.
Well, I want to see one more.
That field.
I want to see one more caution so my man Cody Leach can get back on the lead lap.
Oh yeah, it does look like Cody Leach is the free pass, is holding that that free pass position.
I will say they looks like they kind of single filed out here early. Let's check out the back of the pack to see if we have any action going on there.
A big run from that 39 of Haden Higginbotham. Awesome.
Hoggan, Stafford, DeCarlo, Sheets, and Justice, your top 5. Look at Sheets up there in the 26 car. He's running some pretty good lap times as well.
Definitely. And these drivers, and I'm going to give you these lap times of these top 5s, this top 5 here in a second. They're running, well, Hoggan with a new fastest lap at a 30.3. These drivers running fairly quickly, 30.3, 30.3, 30.4, 30.6, and a 30.4 out of this top 5. Definitely looking to see is this racetrack maybe getting a little quicker for these drivers. And it looks like there was another car. Looks like the 76. He just got a little tight there as he takes a little paint off that wall for Las Vegas. Gives those paint workers something to do.
Coming out of 4, touching that wall.
Oh, and it looks like we might have a move here. He thought about it, and he's going to try to get that switch back. I can't.
Yeah, I think he might have had a little bit of a moment up in that top lane, and it came back down to save it because he lost just a little bit.
Yeah, that 11 might be racing a loose race car here. He's getting all squirrely.
And you need to watch that white car in that pack in front of him. There's 2 cars.
And look
in
at
front of
Boyd. Look at the gap he is building.
Yeah, he's just checking out.
He's built a 6/10 lap, a 6/10 lead. And he's still climbing. Boyd Hoggan, he's got a race car he wants to take. Tyler Justice running there with Joe Stafford for that second position. And that's what Boyd wants to see. He wants to see those race cars fighting each other because that means they're too busy with each other. He's able to slowly run that line and pull away.
Boyd must have a girl watching him race every week because he just shows off and takes off from the front pack. Now he's just stretching that lead out.
Oh, do we think the Boyd has got something else to race for at the end of the night? Something else to kind of boost his morale?
I don't know if he did, he wouldn't be racing this late. But anyway, that's all it is. So,
and it looks like we are getting our green flag run here.
Yeah, how about we go do a quick crank it up while we have some green flag laps here?
It's like a mighty fine idea. Let's hear those V8s roar.
always fun to go to the Crank It Up cams, especially here at Las Vegas, where they're flying around the track at high speeds. Hoggan still has a commanding lead, though it has shrunken just a bit. That could be to his own doing, just saving the tires, knowing that this thing has been going green for a while. He might need to maintain those tires a little bit longer. P2 Tyler Justice currently driving the 7 car, has been doing well pretty much all night, but Boyd's just got that extra gear, and he's consistently just been lapping a bit faster than Tyler.
100%, and it looks like he is slowly closing down that lead of Boyd. I'm not sure if maybe he's excited that he's got a long run, and maybe he developed his race car for that long run.
Yep, I will say though, last lap Tyler Justice running at 31.21, Boyd running at 31.25, so extremely tight, but Tyler Justice just
I want to just take a note.
bit quicker.
I just want to take a big note at the 44 of Ted Lisby. He's up 21 spots in P9 since this race started. What a terrific drive through. Mind it, he probably did have some help from those cautions, but he's still driving his way through the field, making up 21 spots since the start of this race.
He survived.
Yeah, it's a great drive for him so far. Hopefully he can keep it up and get a good finish here.
And it looks like Cody Leach and Tyler are getting ready to try to battle, but it looks like Cody Leach has taken that lead away from Tyler to take that free pass position. And we have a and like we said earlier, tires are being a big deal. They started this run at the 30.3s. These guys have lost over a second in time because of these tires wearing down. We're looking at mid 31s as our lap times here. So something to keep an eye out as this run progresses.
Yep, and let's go on board with Boyd Hoggan just to see what kind of lines he's running through here.
I think we might want to pay attention to that Tyler Justice. He's closing that gap down 2/10 from when we started following this battle.
Yep, Tyler definitely running great. Great laps. That time by about 1/10 faster than Boyd. But yeah, you're kind of just working that throttle from turns 3 and 4 there, trying to maintain grip while keeping the speed up. Coming back to Tyler Justice here. Not all the way up to the wall, going into 1 and 2, just so you can limit that right front wear, but doing a great job of keeping the car moving, keeping the momentum high, coming out of the 2. He's running about a middle line here, going through 3 and 4, so that definitely is a good strategy as the tire starts to fall off to keep that speed high here at Vegas.
Oh, keep an eye out. Blake Roebuck making a move on Ted Lisby here. As we talked about him earlier, it looks like he's starting to find it. And it looks like with these tires settling in, we're seeing quite a few battles. We have Caleb Sheets is starting to come under pressure from Rodney and Colby.
Yeah, it looks like Rodney Roberts rather, and Colby DiCarlo having a little bit of a scrum here. Definitely will be comers and goers as these tires start to fall off. So.
And I think we might have commentated Curse, the number 44 here, as he's fallen four spots since we last talked about him.
Yeah, I mean you see someone come through the field and they're doing great early run, but really just if you have these long green flag stretches, sometimes their early aggression can be a pretty bad downfall as the green flag laps tick off.
And Boyd Hoggan, man, he is just in total control. He's just going to put it in cruise mode and wait for that green flag stop if we get it before the end of the stage.
Yeah, he was running a bit slower than Tyler Justice, but that completely swung the other way now. Boyd consistently running faster laps than Tyler Justice. You might think that Tyler just pushed it a little bit too hard too early, and Boyd just consistently just ran his line and was able to maintain the car a little bit better.
Yeah, as we see that 24 of DiCarlo really trying to and getting blocked from the 26 as Roberts comes around. This battle for fourth is really picking up.
Carlo going to look on the inside here. He wants to get this pass done as easy as possible just to save the tires, and he can continue to work his way up. It looks like he'll get it done on the 26, and his next target now is Rodney Roberts.
Oh, and he gets moved by the 26.
Goes low. DiCarlo now on that second lane, coming out into the backstretch, and Caleb Sheets will take that position back, going in inside of DiCarlo, now going in turns 3 on the inside. 24 car rides the wall there, looking to have momentum coming out into the front stretch, and he will.
And that 26 trying to side draft, but it's not enough, as now this becomes a 4-car battle for fourth. And Boyd Hoggan, man, he is doing what it can take to just put this race in cruise control.
Yeah, it looks like he's opened up that gap to 1.2 seconds, so definitely a lot of comfort in that amount of gap. And you know, lucky for the rest of the field, we have about 15 laps left in the stage, so they'll have to re-rack them. Hopefully some drivers behind Boyd can get some adjustments in and see if they can do a better job contesting. And Colby, DiCarlo getting the pass done there, and Rodney Roberts, so now he is up to P4. I believe that's where he qualified. So no, I want to say he got caught up in someone's mess early, so great job by him to get back up here to a better position now. 22 getting loose coming out of 4, and he's going to get freight trained by these 3 cars.
He's going to have to
Terrell, Caleb Sheets, and Campbell.
So what I'm thankful for is there's a mute button on these microphones, because I heard something outside my man shed here and put the game on pause, went outside, opened up my door with my flashlight to see if something was bothering my chickens, hopefully not a coyote. And as I open up the door, all I see is these beady eyes staring back at me. My dog Teddy, yes, Ted, Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure, yes, that's why his name is Ted, was staring right back at me and scared me, and I yelled an obscenity rather loud, as a matter of fact, and so I just got my heart back in order.
So were you ever able to identify the eyes?
Yeah, it was my dog Teddy, my little bitty.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like Caleb Sheets able to get past done on Nathaniel Campbell there. He's actually running 30.45s, which is about on pace with Tyler Justin P2, so he's been ticking off some good laps. The fastest lap that time by was Boyd Hoggan, but Joe Stafford in P3 actually running the second fastest lap. And he actually just took the position away for P2 from Tyler Justice.
One guy we haven't talked about much is DiCarlo. DiCarlo's been running very well tonight. Started a little bit further back. He's moved his way up a bit, but he's looking really strong so far.
Yep, definitely having a great stage 2 here. Able to work his way up to P4.
And Tyler Justice is closed in on Joseph Stafford.
Well, I think Stafford actually just got the pass done on Justice there. He's up 7 positions. Tyler's car is about fading just a bit, and Stafford's car looks like it's consistently running 30.3, so he's in a good rhythm right now.
That's definitely not what you want to see from Tyler Justice, who's had a really fast race car, but it looks like he definitely needs to make those adjustments for that long run speed as we wind down stage 2.
Yeah, and DeCarlo ripping the top, going to have a ton of speed coming off turn 4 here. He's going to be in a great position to get a pass done on Tyler Justice in the 7 car. See if he goes up top again. Yep, he's just going to go up top in that 3rd lane, carry a ton of speed, and I think he's going to be able to get the pass done here on the backstretch.
And he does. What a terrific pass.
Just to mention, Boyd Hoggan now 3 seconds in front of position 2, so just opening up a wide gap as we count down the laps remaining in the stage 2. He's catching lap cars now and gonna have to work his way through those. So after some early cautions, we were able to get some green flag laps in here. I mean, I think it's kind of just like a natural progression we see with these sort of tracks. You have the early cautions, early aggressions, but once people get spread out at a track like Vegas, unless you self-spin, there's not a ton of opportunity to make any aggressive or crazy moves to cause a caution.
A lot of guys having some great runs tonight, throughout the top 15. You got Saunders working his way back up. Higginbotham is working his way back up after he had trouble earlier. Salmon, Lisby was running well earlier and then had some issues. And some guys really just doing well. And Lisby, unfortunately, got caught up in that last wreck.
Sorry, just going to say, Lisby was... I think he was top 10 at one point, but he's still up 17 spots, so getting the wall a little bit there. That car is probably not feeling too great as we have 6 laps left in this stage, but overall, great night for Lisby so far. The Haden Higginbotham up 7 positions, currently sitting P10 to round out the top 10, looking to maybe grab a couple more before the stage finish.
Wow, look at that battle. They keep on going. With 6 to go in the stage, this is usually when you're making those last little pushes to make those last stands for whatever stage points you can get. So we should see whatever left. Let's see who's got the most tire life and who can spend the most as we come to 5 to go.
Looks like that 22 car is just really misbehaving. He's running the mid lane, which normally you have more speed coming out into the straights, but 39 of Haden Higginbotham able to run the bottom and out accelerate him onto the straight, so I have to think that 22 car is not feeling so hot right now.
Definitely.
Working our way back up.
I want to give a
P6.
shout out.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to give out a shout out to my boy Oscar Uncle, my co-broadcaster from last year. Yep. Finished 15th last night, 16th last night in the truck race, and had a really good run, had a little bit of trouble, bounced back. Really proud of the kid, and just want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you're in the booth, so you can give anyone a shout out that you want.
Let's take and wow, look at I definitely think these guys are have to be planning. I'm a very strategic racer, and that doesn't always work out in my favor, but by now, if I'm not currently caught up in a battle and I have a second or so gap, I'm starting to really make my plans for what do I want to make for this last stage here. We've had our green flag run, we've been doing what we need to do, but now we've got to start planning for the next stage, which is what is one of the big challenges of iRacing and sim racing in general. Is most of these drivers are a one-man band. You're picking your own strategy. You've only got a robotic ear in your, you've only got a robotic voice in your ear telling you whether you're clear or not. You're really kind of going to have to figure out what you want to do. And especially if I'm in the top 5, I'm wondering what can I do to stop Boyd from getting these 4-second gaps as we get a caution now.
I think.
How can you stop him? Run him into the wall on a restart. That's how you stop Boyd Hoggan. But
I don't know if
DiCarlo
that
now moved
caution
his way
was
up to
early,
second.
was it?
I'm not sure if that was a stage break or
Well, so that was
That
lap 4.
was stage break and to stage 2.
Yeah, it looks like they threw it right on lap, the end of lap 89, so 90 laps exactly. Yep.
But DiCarlo up to second now on that. Big points night.
The safety car picks up Boyd Hoggan, and they're gonna definitely come down pit road. We'll see these. I think 4 fresh tires are the way to go, and you really just strap in for a long stage 3 here. It should be just over 100 laps of stage race, or just over 100 laps. So we'll definitely see who's got what it takes to catch this number 6.
Yep, and as they do their stage caution, we're going to take a quick ad break, so we'll be right back.
Are you struggling to keep up with the top drivers? Are you ready to get faster and more consistent? If so, it doesn't have to take as long as you might think. With the VRS competitive subscription, you'll have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything you need to analyze your driving and see exactly where you're losing time. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off your lap times. When it comes to your equipment holding you back, the powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the best drivers in the world, including Jordan Caruso, Tim Ryan, Jordi Lopez, and Oscar Piastri. It's no secret that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also the best value for money. So if you're looking to upgrade your wheelbase to direct drive and want highly adjustable, ultra-realistic pedals, VRS is your answer. You can get better, faster, and more consistent in less time and for less money. You owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. Just go to the URL or the button below and learn why the best use VRS.
And we're back after that quick ad break. We were going to pull somebody up, but actually it looks like the pace car lights are off, so they're already re-racking for third and final stage here. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Toss you back down.
Oh, good luck, boys.
Yep, good luck. Sorry about that, Boyd.
We'll pull you in the next caution.
Don't wanna, I mean, we could talk to you while you drive.
Factory.
Probably wouldn't matter. But
Oh, now these guys got something here, sure.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
What's your team?
Factory.
And we apologize for the miscue. We're not the greatest around here. As we come back to green flag, we'll see how these drivers see what adjustments they made as we go to the final stage here and finish up the next 108 laps. Green flag, Boyd gets a terrific start. And wow, and he's still got it as they go around.
Yeah, definitely don't want to let him get too far out of ahead, but that's a great jump for the start of stage 3 here by Boyd. Kind of working our way back a little bit. We have a couple too wide. I believe that's Rodney Robertson, the 22, working that inside lane, moving Nathaniel Cameron out of the way. 82 is going to be high in the wall. Looks like he's able to collect it. Just going to be dropping back a couple spots. And even though it's early, Boyd's loving seeing this racing behind him by the 2 and 24 car of Colby DiCarlo. Any racing you see behind you is just more wear to those tires for the drivers behind, and the car in P1 can just run his line and take off. So but come on, so you have to think like these two cars are basically, they've accepted that Boyd's just on another level right now, and
so now they're just going to race. Yeah, they're basically, I think this is the race for the quote-unquote lead if Boyd Hoggan isn't in the race. I think maybe they haven't come quite to accept it, and they're going to hope maybe something comes, but I think now they're realizing, well, we might not be able to catch the 6, so who's faster?
Yep, and obviously
or
this is the final stage.
That as DiCarlo starts catching Boyd, and if he clears this 2 and this 2 doesn't keep, maybe works with him, maybe they can catch that 6 here as they go into 3.
Well, for Hoggan, it's like not even 6 o'clock at night yet, so he's not even tired where the rest of us are up late. Maybe that's a factor.
Yeah, it just might be. Yeah, that time by DiCarlo actually running a quicker lap than Hoggan. And now that they're single filed out, DiCarlo looking to run his line here and keep up the pace and minimize the tire wear.
Starting to see Hoggan even stretch that lead out just a couple bit more, getting a little bit of an edge. If you look further back at DiCarlo and Stafford and Sheets, all these guys are kind of just mellowing out, getting in a rhythm right now, and it's starting to show with some of their times. They're running very consistent laps. So I think they're setting up to figure out exactly when are they going to stop, because as you know, chances are we're going to have a green flag stop on this stage here, so that's going to be a huge game changer. We talked about the pit strategy, we talked about the pit entrance, we talked about how difficult it is, and that's going to be huge.
Yep, that super tight turn off turn 4 on the pit lane definitely offers a great opportunity of basically screwing up your pit stop and ruining your race. So will be
absolutely ruin your whole race. Yep,
definitely. 100%. I was in a race. I believe it was a truck race in officials this week. It was for getting practice for my race on Monday, and we had a whole green flag race. We had to make green flag stops, and I had a it was me and one other driver. It was me and him as we come to halfway, and he screwed up. He slid through his box, and he didn't have a best entry over, and I ended up winning that race solely because I didn't have his pace. He was starting to catch me on the long run, but I ended up winning by just a couple of tenths because he had to claw back the time he lost during those green flag stops. And now we're over halfway here, so now definitely these drivers, hopefully they were hoping and made the necessary preparations for those green flag stops. Green flag stops could be critical. It could be won or lost here tonight.
That goes back to experience. How much experience do you have at this track? And you are absolutely right that every second does count on the pit stop, and it will make and break not just your pit stop, but your whole night, your whole race. Doesn't matter how lucky you've been with all of the wrecks, doesn't matter how fast your car is. If you screw that up, it could end everything.
100%. But Hoggan's still stretching out that lead over DiCarlo, and if I'm the major, we talked about that drama we could have seen, which fortunately the major garage guys just shook it off, and and re-racked for another week, but I'm sure this isn't what they wanted to see. The guy who completely ruined their team's race last week, completely just dominating this race tonight.
Ruined their race last week. Oh, I thought Tom tried to pull him up in the booth again.
And if he can keep stretching it, we might just see if we can pull him during the green flag.
That would be
You
a
just got
first.
that?
That would be a first.
A little actual in-race reporting under green flag conditions. That would certainly be interesting.
Oh boy. You know, I think it should be mandatory that every driver has a good photo of them. So when we click on the names, we can see what they look like. And then I think next to it, we ought to have a baby photo of them. So we can
I don't
compare
know
the
about
two.
that. I definitely don't like my. I don't want to see people see how miserable I looked as a child. It definitely took quite a few years for.
Well, when I was your age, after the sort of developed the film, we said, not like today.
And we just see now, and it just definitely looks like.
I'm actually a little surprised to see Saunders running back P10. I had a great
Definitely,
qualifying.
he was my pick,
Yeah.
and it looks like my pick just didn't really turn out the way it should have. Saunders definitely seems to be struggling here on these long runs.
Still plenty of racing. He had problems tonight. He's hit the wall a couple of times. Remember that.
Definitely these long green flag stretches give you time to speculate and think about what could be going wrong. Is Saunders just losing his magic? Is he washed? Is Saunders washed?
I wouldn't go that far. He still can definitely wheel one of those race cars around. But I definitely think
Shots fired.
Things kind of heating up for P3 now. Joe Stafford able to start reeling in Caleb Sheets.
Definitely. And these cookie cutters, especially Vegas and Kansas and sometimes even Charlotte, the setups do play a big role. Crown Jewel Racing is an open setup league, minus our ARCA feeder series. And we definitely see that what races these setups matter, and it looks like the 6 team driven by Boyd Hoggan, they've got their things figured out, and they're able to do what it takes to get to this lead and completely just dominate. I think he's led a majority of those laps, and if we were in our old points era in NASCAR, he definitely would be claiming 5 bonus points for most laps led tonight.
Yep, the good old days when the real champion used to win the championship.
Oh, I think that's a story. We all have our opinions on it, but I don't think we want to just open up that little can of worms tonight.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
And it looks like Caleb Sheets up to P3, up 10 spots. Total is still under fire from Joe Stafford. Joe Stafford looking on the inside here is going to be inside of Caleb Sheets coming through turns 1 and 2. Sheets going to be able to carry momentum out onto the backstretch, but Stafford definitely knocking on the door for position 3. And obviously not too far behind John Terrell, just watching this unfold. The more those cars fight in front of him, the more he'll
be able to capitalize once their tires are burnt out.
Yep.
We've ran about, I'm looking here. We have these cars last pitted on lap 90 during the stage break. We've ran about 30 or so green laps. with no caution safety car conditions. So I definitely think we will be seeing pit stops here in a matter of minutes. I think so. Pit stops should be opening up here in the next 10 to 15 laps. We'll definitely see these cars have enough and want to pull that fuel run.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
You know, I hate to wish bad on anybody, but really the only way I can see Boyd's race going upside down here is if he pits and the caution comes out, he gets stuck lap down.
That is definitely a concern these leaders have, and no one ever wants to be the first one down pit road because you have the most to lose if a caution were to come out during that green flag pit cycle, which is always one of those So Vegas luck may not be on the side of Boyd Hoggan, but I think these cars, we did have a little problem during that first stage. We couldn't really figure, these drivers were still really tricky and struggling here, but it seems like they figured out what they've got to do, and we've been having some terrific racing.
I think pretty soon you're going to have to change the name of the Lion Gate Bridge to the Hoggan Gate Bridge up there in Vancouver area. Because
sorry to cut you off there, Bill, but we've got
a
racing.
Massive battle here for P.
Yeah.
Looks like Tyler Justice able to slide ahead of John Terrell there. So yeah, a lot of battling here for P5 as we continue this long green flag stretch here. Joe Stafford looking on the inside of Caleb Sheets. He's going to have the lead coming into turn 1 here. Caleb Sheets running that second lane, but I don't know if he's going to have enough speed coming off that corner to keep this spot. No, he's going to file behind the 2 car there of Joe Stafford. And the 7 car, Tyler Justice, also going to be taking a spot from Caleb Sheets as we come through turns 3 and 4 here. He's going to slide up in front of Caleb Sheets. And he should have this pass complete as we finished turns 1 and 2. And that looks like lap traffic ahead, which just creates all sorts of interesting stuff, but let's see if they can get through cleanly.
80 laps to go.
And I was told the pit window is 60 laps, so they last pitted on lap 90.
I was just looking that up when you said that.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead. You beat me there.
So last pitted lap 90. Let's see. About 150, we should see cars come down pit lane.
Green flag pit stop is gonna really make this a fun race. Deep's hanging tough up there. Justice to Carlos, Stafford, and Hoggan. Carroll in 6th. He's having a great run. Good to see him back up there. And with Roebuck, all of those guys. Higginbotham back up to 8th. Buckley, who had troubles on last night in the trucks, he's bounced back up to 9, and so hasn't Roberts. And I think those guys got caught up in one of the big ones later. That was earlier in the race.
You may have 3 wide coming out into the backstretch here. 2 car getting a little bit loose mid-corner, and he's actually able to carry momentum out of the backstretch and get ahead of this 3 car pack. Ooh, and the 24 car up into the wall. DiCarlo up into the wall, trying to get an aggressive pass done on the outside there, and just, he's still loose. He's still he is still loose going down the front stretch
Whoa,
there.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
He's going to cause
whoa.
all sorts of issues, and luckily able to keep it together. That car is really misbehaving right now for him.
Yeah, you think maybe he burnt his tires off too fast? I think I sprained my tongue trying to say tires with an R. At what lap are you going to really go for the end? Really, lap 20 is going to be, if you're not on it by lap 20 or in the top, I'd say 5, you really don't have any chance at this thing. Especially if this stays green for the last 20. I personally think we're going to have at least one more caution. What is our caution count up to?
I believe it was 7. I could be wrong though.
Alright. I know it started off with a bang, and you're going to take 2 away for the stages. So we're 5, yeah, not so bad. We're doing all right.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but definitely has been a lot of green flag driving here in stage 3 and end of stage 2. So really thinking we're going to see some green flag stops, but green flag stops can obviously breed cautions, especially here at Vegas, coming down on the pit lane off of 4 there. Carlo committing to that high line, though. It looks like he's starting to fade quite a bit. You move up to that high line too soon, then that really just eat up your tires fast. So hoping to hold on to all the positions he can.
But if you're having trouble with your car handling, you're not going to be able to keep it down there. So if he's having trouble already, that's going to really put a hurting on him.
Definitely. And we got our first set of.
Yeah, I want to say these cars were laps down that we're seeing on pit lane now. So.
No, it looks like we have the first pit stop of the day from Joe
Katarsky,
Katarsky. And I think we are just now starting green flag stops here, so let's keep our eye out on that.
Yep, we'll see. I know 150 would be about where you run out of gas, so I believe you can go 60 laps. So some people may elect to come down early. Some guys might just ride it out until they have to pit, hoping that caution comes out before they go down pit lane. But we are now coming to lap 130. 70 laps go here at Las Vegas. Boyd Hoggan still in first place currently with a 3.4 second lead. That's quite a demanding lead here with 70 laps left. Tyler Justice riding in P2. Behind him, Joe Stafford in the 2 car.
And we got some more pit stops. Cameron, or no?
Don't see anyone going down pit lane.
No.
Quite yet.
Oh no, it looks like Joe Katarsky had some damage. He's still on pit road.
Yeah, no, he was a lap car that people were working around, so might have just had too much damage. Didn't feel comfortable being out there. We do have a battle, looks like, for P6. Colby DiCarlo and Blake Roebuck working on each other, trying to solidify P6 as we come to lap 132 this time by. Let's go on board with DiCarlo, just see what that car is doing.
some of these guys in the back are really starting to struggle with the handling of their car.
Yeah, just
Up
a
here,
little bit of sawing back and forth by DiCarlo, keeping it off that wall, coming down the backstretch here. He has been running this high line through 3 and 4. Barely scraping the wall there. He is using all of the track.
That was like trying to fit over in a race car. That's how close that was.
Yeah, we have seen
Man,
him hit the
you
wall
hear
a couple
those tires
times.
start squealing. You head off into that corner, you hear those tires start to squeal a little bit, your butt cheeks clench a little tighter, and you just pray you do not hit that outside wall.
Taking a look at the lap times this time by. Boyd Hoggan running the fastest lap, obviously continuing to stretch that lead. We'll note though, Haden Higginbotham in P8 basically match Hoggan's pace there, so he continues to run those hot laps. He's going to work his way up. Also, someone basically running identical times to Hoggan back in P5, Caleb Sheets. He's currently working on the 98 car of John Terrell.
Yeah, Hogan's been ripping Sheets has been ripping some laps.
Getting a little bit crossed up there, but he's going to hang on the outside here. Probably lost some momentum on the entry there. Yeah, he's going to file in behind John Terrell for now, but still able to reel him in down the front stretch. See if he can set up a pass coming into turns 1 and 2. Definitely going to have some momentum coming out into the backstretch here. Have a bit of lap traffic ahead as well, so creating dirty air for all these leaders. And Caleb Sheets basically to the bumper of John now. He's gonna run that middle lane. And the 24 of DiCarlo actually looking inside. Looks like 26 just got a little bit tight. Maybe had to get out of the gas a tiny bit.
Yep, and like I said, handling. It looks like it's starting to come in.
Oh, we have a caution.
And we
Caution's
have
out.
Wow, this just completely flipped everything on its head. That is the last thing and I don't think we're going to get any green flag stops tonight. And I am sure everybody is happy the caution just came out. And oh, he just lost it coming out of 4 and couldn't gather it back up and was just trying to save it and he just couldn't save it. But I don't think a caution.
Self-spin I've seen in my life, maybe.
Yeah, and the caution, and I don't believe that was worth a caution, but
yeah, it just gets loose coming out of turns 4 there and goes down into the grass. Tries to come back onto the track from the apron there, and it just keeps his car loose and spinning, and spins a 3rd time down the front stretch, and that's when the caution was thrown. And none of us messaged him to do that, folks. That was all on his own.
You think his tires are any good?
Yeah, his tires are probably shot. So with the caution coming out, obviously everybody, pretty much I would say, is coming down pit lane here to get some 4 fresh tires. And that would be, by the time we get back to racing, probably be about 55 laps left. So everybody inside the fuel window.
Well,
So
I
all
still think
stops,
we're gonna
all
have another
tricks.
cut.
Sorry, go ahead.
You guys still think we're gonna have another caution?
Yeah. Cautions do breed cautions, especially when it's late race and people are starting to get desperate. I mean, you've seen Boyd Hogan pull ahead 3+ seconds twice now, once in stage 2 and again in this final stage. Definitely some crazy maneuvers will be made to try to keep him close, but we'll just have to watch and wait. And let's pull Tyler Justice up and see if he has anything for Boyd coming out on this late caution. Give me 1 second. See if Tyler is available. Let me go ahead and move him real quick. Hey, Tyler, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you, man.
So this late caution disallowing green flag stops to happen. Also reeling in Boyd. You got anything for him coming to green here?
I don't know. Like you said, it's gonna be a fuel game here, so we'll have to see. But I felt like I got decent there. I over-adjusted on the first pit stop and got too loose that second run, and dialed her back a little bit on the adjustment. And it felt pretty good there throughout that run. Was able to run up to the field there. So I think me and Boyd are pretty even if we get a good go at it here. But the real question is going to be the fuel. So we'll have to see how that shakes out here.
Gotcha. So fuel window, what, right around 60?
60. I mean, you can make 60 probably. You have to save a little bit, but especially with the track gripped up like it is, we're running a decent pace here, so you probably do have to save a little bit. But I don't know if you want to though, because if you catch a caution and you save and you're back there and you lose all your track position, so we'll just have to see how it goes.
All right, man. Good luck. Good luck on this restart, and have a good rest of your race.
All right, I appreciate it.
That was Tyler Justice, driver to 7 machine. Said he over-adjusted the car early, so that led to some bad handling through end of stage 2 into stage 3. So definitely trying to get that thing dialed back in as we come to the green flag here. Pace car takes a turn on the pit lane, and Boyd Hogan will be taking the green flag here in stage 3. Might be the last restart. We'll see.
We're green.
DeCarlo with an early aggressive move for position 3, sliding underneath the 2 car of Joe Stafford. And he has momentum coming to turns 3 here. He's going to look inside. Tyler Justice able to get that pass done cleanly as well. Tyler Justice just going to slot in behind DeCarlo. Working our way back a little bit. We have the 26 of Caleb Sheets working underneath John Terrell. Gonna get that pass done as well and maintain that preferred line on the inside there, coming out into the backstretch. Oh, and we have wreck behind. Big wreck.
Big wreck. Wow, flipping and everything. And that'll bring out the caution.
Man. And Saunders taking a big hit.
Oh! We've seen a couple of cars get upside down tonight.
I think the 44 white caught the apron there. Man, both of those cars just completely destroyed.
Thank God this is iRacing.
Yeah.
That was quite a tumble. Yeah, it's a good thing because...
Yeah, see the 4 car. He doesn't touch the apron. He just gets a little bit.
Grabs
loose.
Saunders, and that sucks for Saunders. He was definitely, that's going to destroy his day, and that's nothing you ever want to see.
Yeah, and it looks like the 20 car of Zach Johnson also took a bit of a hit there. So damage for several cars there, including Zach Saunders, who was an early pick for this race. Not a good night for Zach.
No. Even with all that damage, he was still faster than I was on this racetrack. Man.
So that
I hate
restart
to
was
see it,
interesting.
Tim.
DiCarlo, he took off like a absolute like gunshot. He was underneath Justice right away. Obviously he got the pass down on Stafford right off the gate there. So he's showing a lot of speed late here.
No, we really haven't talked about Stafford that much. She's been in the top 5 pretty much most of the night.
Yeah, he's up 5 positions now. Currently sitting P4. I think Stafford, if I'm right. Let's see.
And where's Stafford from?
Well, let's see if he has it on his. He does not. So I do see American flag. So he's not one of the Canadians.
And unfortunately, guys, that's all I have. Or other matters that have things to come to in the morning. So it was great working with you guys. However, for this last 55 laps, I'm gonna have to call it a night. It was an honor to work with you guys.
Yeah, no problem,
All
man.
right,
You
buddy.
have a good evening.
And I hope to be part of the next Xfinity when we come back, and have a great night.
Yep, you too, man.
All right, Bill. We'll see you, buddy.
Good night.
Yeah, it looks like Stafford
Equal.
currently sitting position 22 in points, so running P5 here. That's if he can lock in a top 10 here, that's a great boost to his point total.
Yeah. Once again, the old guy outlasts the young guys.
You're reliable, Bill. I'll give you that. I always message you, and you get back to me real fast to saying I'll be there. So always appreciate that.
I'm usually always around. That's the best part about being retired.
Vasquez said he might join us, and he said that he had to go to a pickleball tournament. So
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. I'm really gonna pretend I did not hear that.
You don't
You
not
might
a
as
pickleball
well-
fan.
Let me tell you something. See, I live in an extremely entitled neighborhood
Okay.
as far as some of the people around here, as we go green flag again. And there was a big controversy last summer over pickleball.
Yeah.
So that's a
Hot
if
topic.
it was a blood sport, it would be more fun.
And Boyd getting a good jump though. DiCarlo actually showing some great pace off that restart. He's already on the bumper going down the backstretch.
There
He's
he
looking
goes.
inside.
Wow.
And he's going to be able to get the pads done on DiCarlo. I'm sorry, on Hoggan. I just haven't had to say his
DiCarlo.
name a lot.
DiCarlo's been fast all night. We've mentioned him a couple of times, and he finally gets out front of the lead. The only car really that's challenged Hoggan at all. And now we're going to see what Justice can do with Hoggan.
Yeah, you know,
And then that-
Hoggan dropping back. If he has to race these guys like he was watching in his rear view mirror, DiCarlo's going to be able to keep a commanding lead.
Holy sheets! Look at him on the outside. He's
Sheets with the
going
power
from fourth
move.
to second.
Man.
Why? Wow.
So-
Hello, Mr. Sheets.
Bill, are these guys just pushing like way too hard, or in Hoggan just kind of holding on to that thing, or what? They got the adjustments in?
We talked about experience. Hogan's got it here. There's a lot of time to go.
Yep. But look, I mean, if you get shuffled back and you're racing cars using tire up, then these leaders are just gonna be able to open this thing up as DiCarlo coming across the line already with about a 0.6 second gap here to P2.
Yeah, I don't
Hogan's
know.
still under a lot of pressure as the 98 of John Terrell is looking on the outside. He's gonna have the outside line here. He has help behind.
Yeah.
Gonna have momentum coming out onto the front stretch here. Hoggan might lose 2 spots and 2
Yep.
corners, and he's continuing to fall.
Yep. Yep. I know what he's doing.
Man, yeah, this, what, we have 49 laps left. Hoggan dropping back the P5 from basically leading the entire race.
One
It almost
caution
seemed too
flag
easy,
and he
you know?
can make it. One caution flag and he can make it.
Yep.
He's saving fuel. That's what I think he's doing.
Yeah, you know, Tyler coming into the booth mentioning fuel being a factor here. That could very well be it.
And what's his times right now? What's his lap time right now?
3 wide, sorry. 26 car getting the wall, causing him 3 wide there for position 2.
I thought that was going to be a wreck.
Yeah, that was very tight. Last lap for Hoggan there was at 30.96, so he's running very slow compared to his his other times. So yeah, definitely might be an intentional save there by Hoggan. But
still over 0.3 of a second faster than my fastest lap. Yeah. Well, when you got it, you got it.
And let's go on board with Hoggan here just to see how intense that save is. Is he clutching? Is he just... Oh, yeah, he's clutching completely into the corner.
Yeah.
So, mystery solved so far. Though putting yourself back here, you are just susceptible to all sorts of issues that can occur. This is not leading the race by 3 seconds like he's been basically the entire race.
Yeah.
But definitely getting good saving done here.
Yeah, you know, he's a sly fox. He's we talked about experience and what it takes, and he knows that the fuel is going to be tight, and one caution is going to change everything. And let's just see how many cars still have a set of tires. There might be a couple of guys saving that last set, maybe a quick caution. And this is a track where if there's 20 to go or 10 to go, when you get a set of tires, and you're back in 10th spot, and you're the only one with fresh tires, you're going to be able to make up those spots pretty quick here.
Yeah, it looks like DeCarlo actually slipped back to 4th. Let's go on board with him to see if he started saving as well. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, he's rolling that thing. Man, so definitely some strategy early.
Yeah.
I knew there was something going on. That restart just did not make sense to me. And I mean, that just shows the maturity and the skill that you see, because it takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of bravery to save right off the jump. Sometimes you get pulled into racing, and yeah, he's clutching and turning that thing off in the corners.
Yep. So what's going to happen is they're going to save as much fuel as they can, and once they know that they're going to make it, they're going to have better tires because they're saving, and they're going to come right through that field real quick. Even if they both go back, they're probably going to stay around 8th and 9th towards the top 10. But when they come back, they'll be coming back. Now you get everybody doing it.
Yeah, and going on board with the leader, Joe Stafford. Let's see if he's clutching. Nope, he is just driving that thing normal. So definitely 2 different strategies occurring currently. Joe choosing just drive the wheels off that thing and hope you get a caution and you get new tires. So new tires and more fuel.
Yeah. I love the different strategies on this. This is really going to be fun to watch and see who it stands out for. But Caleb Sheets, he's having a great run right now. And I didn't know what his bio was. It was a private what? A private...
private high school founder and president.
Oh. Right. Ooh. Well, excuse me. No, but Man, I still can't believe that run. He got off of the corner and he passed like 3 cars. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I was gonna check John here to see if he was saving because she's able to get by him pretty easily there.
I think Daryl's starting to save, but not as aggressively as the other guys. Yeah, he's definitely holding on. He's pretty much holding the same throttle the whole time. There's Haden.
And Haden might be our only K9 driving in the league currently. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong.
I can promise you that's not kind of looking what Haden is.
Yeah, so Haden not saving. Going back to DiCarlo, so DiCarlo currently is the top car that is currently saving, sitting in P5. Hoggan dropped all the way back to P9. See, he's continuing to save. So
why I think he dropped that far back? Look at the gap he has. Kind of really nobody around him. He kind of has fresh air. You know, he's running his own thing. You know, if the car comes up like we're seeing, he's probably going to let him by, or he's not going to push him too hard. But he's got that wide open air in front of him where, you know, DiCarlo, there's just a little bit more traffic around him. So,
yep, and I will mention that Boyd and Tyler Justice are on a team together currently in a radio channel together. So probably a lot of communication between the two of them on what the correct strategy is here as we finished lap 164 there. But Boyd not going to have much pressure from the back from Tyler. They're definitely going to try to work on this thing together, moving back up through the field here.
Yep. All these guys looks like they're starting to work together and maybe save a little bit, maybe a little bit of drafting going on. I don't know how much the drafting would help save you here, but we've just seen the drastic, you know, fall off on their throttles. That alone tells. I don't think any of those guys are running full throttle anywhere on the track right now. And you know, we saw DiCarlo's actually shutting his car off. But it makes it, you know, what are these other guys thinking right now? Did they not? I mean, are they counting on another caution?
Yeah, I mean they have to be at this point. That being said, Joe Stafford actually just ran 31.73, which was a tenth slower than Hoggan. So he may be... Can't quite tell if he's saving. The RPMs are kind of just sticking around the 7,000, 8,000 mark. But
yeah, I don't think he's saving. Just watch his hands and listen to those tires. It sounds like, yeah, he's... Whoa, man, he is loose.
Yeah, sorry, just cut away at the wrong moment there. And going back again to Boyd Hoggan here, just ran a 31.88, which is a tenth quicker than the leader, and he's saving. So, when you're able to save and able to run faster laps than the leader, that's a good combo.
Well, it doesn't sound like he's saving as aggressively as he was. He's still letting off pretty early, but it looks like he's keeping on it just a little bit earlier.
Yep, and Tyler Justice just hanging out in his pocket, basically. Yeah, this is going to be, if I had to guess, I mean, I'd say it's Boyd and Justice finishing P1, P2 here, but again, being the car behind other competitors this late, it's always can be kind of sketchy working your way back to the front.
Yeah, and now DiCarlo is going to start getting under pressure of Hoggan because Hoggan is starting to make his move a little bit here. We're coming down to 30 laps to go, so maybe it's time for Hoggan that he's going to step on the gas.
Yeah, that time by Hoggan running at 31.36.
Somebody just glitched out right there. Did you see that?
Checking.
I think it was that black car right there at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, I did not see. I was checking the live timing. It looks like last lap Boyd Hoggan ran a 31:36. So that is quite a rapid time compared to the competitors around. So he's no longer saving. It looks like the save is complete. Let's double check on that. Yeah, he's in the gas through the corners now. He's going to be working his way back up.
It looks like Carlos got one of it a little bit too, but Higginbotham has made a move. 30 laps to go. This is a nice shootout at your local track. Hoggan working way up past Terrell now.
Do have some lap cars that Boyd will have to work around. Looks like that's Sanders Short in the 38.
Yep.
But other than that, in front of him, yes, DiCarlo, who was previously saving, seems to be pushing the matter now. And I mean, look, I'm just gonna bring it up. So DiCarlo driving Major's garage car last week obviously had some early drama with Boyd. Is he gonna let him by easy, or is he really gonna make his day tough here coming to the end of this race?
I think Boyd controlled what DiCarlo did. DiCarlo didn't step on it until Boyd stepped on it. And it makes you wonder if, maybe DiCarlo was hoping to save a little bit more, and he realized here comes Hoggan and he's got to step on it. And maybe DiCarlo wanted to save just a little bit more, and his car isn't handling as well. But right now the times are pretty close, and there's really not that much pressure on him yet. So we keep talking about Hoggan. What about DiCarlo? How much did he save? And is he ready is Hoggan the one at a disadvantage right now?
Yeah, and you actually just hear DiCarlo continuing to save through 3 and 4 there, cutting the engine out, continuing to save 1 and 2. Boyd not saving in 1 and 2. Obviously, you see that momentum, able to drive closer and closer to Carlos' bumper there. So, gotta think DiCarlo has to be close if he's saving with Boyd being this close behind him.
Well, DiCarlo's also not using his brakes right now. He shut that car off and he's using that to close out the corners. But right now, Stafford is about 1.5, well, close to a 1.3 second lead over Keith.
And Boyd with the power move to the outside here. DiCarlo,
there it is.
I believe he was just saving Boyd, able to get that pass done cleanly.
Yep, and Hoggan's making his move. It looks like he's going to start closing in on Sheep. Now, he probably has enough fuel to make it, but...
Oh, Tyler Justice on the apron coming up, causing lots of cars to check up there. That lap car had to save that thing, and the 24 Colby DiCarlo also having to go way up high to get out of the way. Luckily, still green flag here. That was almost a disaster.
Man, my old heart can't take this stuff. That was a close one right there.
Yes, it was.
Now, I was saying that, Hoggan and DiCarlo, they've been saving all this fuel. They're going to make it to the end, but what about a green-white checkered? Do they have enough fuel for that?
Yeah, that definitely will be very tight. Gotta wonder if they work that potential into their saving, gas saving off that green flag. Currently, Joe Stafford running a 32.12, and this time by Hoggan just ran 31.9. So
yeah, he's still saving it. And you know what? These guys are praying for a caution because I don't think they can make it.
Yeah,
without having a caution.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I don't think they can.
And then, even if it does start to go to the end of this thing, and they're getting close, every other car, their tires are going to be shot, their handling is going to be shot,
Yep.
and the likelihood of them having a caution later on in the race just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and these two cars there get real close. I think Hogan's been just going around Sheets on the outside there.
Yeah, Sheets definitely giving him a hard time. And the 8 is actually going to cause a little bit of a squeeze here. Hoggan able to work through the middle of these two.
Yep.
Sheets still there on the inside. Hoggan going to just ride that outside line and get all sorts of momentum going into 1 and 2 and get the pass done.
Yeah, it looked like Sheets just let him go by, just realized it ain't worth it at this point. All of these cars are just praying for a yellow flag right now. Now Hoggan up to second has a 1.3 second gap he needs to catch up to, but DeCarlo now is having trouble catching up to Sheets.
Yep, 20 to go that time by. DeCarlo on the outside.
There he
He's going to have the 76 to work around, and he's able to get through and should be able to get this pass complete by turns 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, and 76 doing everything he can to stay out of the way there.
So Joe Stafford holding on to the lead for now. This time by 19 laps left. Joe Stafford running at 32.04. Boyd Hoggan running at 31.99. While being a good lap for Stafford, as we know, he did not save at all on this green flags run here. So he has to be praying for that caution to come out so he can get some more fuel.
I just want to say finally that I was running faster laps than Hoggan. Finally.
And we did see Tyler Justice. He was kind of working behind Hoggan, saving. Currently sitting behind the 24 DeCarlo. Seems like he has some good pace still. Wondering if he's going to be able to work up and around 24. Definitely moving up through the field after that save, but not quite the same amount of speed that Hoggan's showing.
Yeah. Starting to get good, down to 17 laps to go. Car's starting to loosen up a little bit more. You're starting to see guys struggle a little bit more.
Yep, just looking around the lineup here, trying to find some close splits, and have the 26 of Caleb Sheets and Blake Roebuck in the 3 car side by side. 3 cars going to work that outside lane, get a good drive off turn 4 here, and get the pass done.
Now, I talked about earlier how, this run, the fuel mileage and everything is going to be at the end of the tires and everything else, and it's likely to cause a caution. I think Sheets is one of those guys right now that's really struggling with tire wear. He's doing everything he can to hold it down, and I don't know if he's saving, but I think saving time is over. You got to go now anyways, but I think the struggling of that car is getting real bad for him, and he's had an awesome run all day today.
Yeah, and Joe Stafford having Boyd Hoggan very large in his rear view mirror now. Boyd just 0.13 seconds behind. He's going to be riding this outside lane, and he might just be side by side coming out into the backstretch here. Basically, at this bumper.
Look who's back up to 7th. Higginbotham after all of his troubles he's had today. But Roebuck again, he's up to 5th. He's having a great run.
And just like that, Boyd slides ahead of Joe Stafford and regains the lead. So he successfully saved the fuel, was able to stay out of the way of other cars after dropping back, I believe, to P9 at one point. With 14 to go here, Boyd slides back to the lead.
Yeah, what was his, how many laps total? I thought he was going to be short 4 laps. Unless I did my math wrong, which is probably what happened.
Yeah, I was told 60 laps was, just very broadly, that 60 laps was a pit window. And when we asked Tyler about it, he said 60 laps is doable. You just have to save. So
And what was the, yeah, so he had, this will be a 60, it will be, yeah, so, yeah, so no, I thought they had to they had to have a caution. Because I had him down as a 4-lane show. What do you expect when you graduate from a school called Bourne High?
and we just saw DeCarlo get up into the wall, and Tyler Justice able to slide underneath him there. Tyler
Yeah.
going into P2, or sorry, P3, the 2 car getting loose out of 2 there, and Tyler's knocking on the door. Gonna dive inside here and should be able to comfortably get position 2 coming out on the front stretch.
Oh man, they are getting so close to the wall on the exit of 4, and it just, it's nerve wracking because you can hear your tires squealing, and you're trying to hang on to it, and 11 laps to go. These tires are shot. They don't have anything left. Justice still just losing a little bit more ground now. Hoggan, it's all Hoggan at this point. I mean, the race is in his control. Even if we have a late caution, I think that his lap times are fast enough where he's going to be just fine. I don't know how you can have tires that old and still be as fast as he is.
Yeah, he definitely did a great job saving there, and just trusting that he'd be able to work his way back up. But yeah, even if we have a caution, he's restarted first place numerous times. It would just probably take him pitting and enough people staying out to keep him shuffled back. But yeah, it's his race to win now.
Although I know you're very good at saving as well. How many laps would you have hoped to save for in order to finish that race? I mean, we saw them save for about 6 or 7 laps.
Yeah, really just keeping an eye on that fuel estimate and giving yourself a good cushion. But obviously, sometimes saving, like you can be saving, and then to keep yourself out of a bad position, you might run a normal lap one time, and then when you get back into a good cushion, you save again. So it really just depends on how much fuel you're saving per lap and what the cars around you are doing too.
Oh, 8 laps to go. These guys are going to be able to do it, and hopefully they'll be able to have enough fuel for a green-white checkered if that is to come into play. So
yeah,
at this point, I know Hoggan's praying not to have a caution at this point.
Yeah, just going quickly to the 26 and 30 car. They were side by side on the front stretch there. Really just looking for any potential cause of a caution here, though. It looks like most of the field is spread out still, so 7 to go currently, and Boyd has a 0.6 lead over Tyler Justice in P2.
Bunkley, another guy that's had a great run tonight.
A quick shout out for Richard Myers, currently sitting P12, up 20 spots. That's a great race for him.
That's an unbelievable comeback. 20 spots. That means he survived. He survived.
Oh, caution. Caution's
out.
out.
No.
Caution is out. Man.
Wow.
Wow. Looks like Tyler Krozak. Oh, no. Oh. Wow. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe that. I mean,
out of all times for a guy to hit the wall and bounce off the wall, and a guy, I mean, that's just fate. Guy coming out of the pit.
Cody Leach going into the wall and collecting Tyler there. Man, that pinnacle, wrong place, wrong time moment for.
Yeah, Cody Leach cannot catch a break. You know, and I love Cody Leach. And he's one of the greatest guys. He's a great driver, and I was a little hard on him last week. And you know, I have such a passion to see that guy win, and I kind of let my frustrations out. So I got to apologize to him tomorrow night. But I'm looking forward for him to come bouncing back, and he, he he's had some bad luck, and that just goes to show you right there.
So about looks like, well, coming back to green will be a natural green white checker, I believe. So let's see if anyone comes down pit lane. Yeah, it looks like leader is coming down pit lane, and basically everybody behind him now. Don't know if anyone's gonna be staying out after that long of a green flag run.
Wow. That means every one of these guys, if they have a set of tires, they're going to use them. But are they going to take 2 tires? Or are they going to take 4? Are they going to take any? Let's see what Hoggan does. Does his car go up? It looks like his car just went up in the air.
And you know what? I'm showing John Carroll as sitting P1, last pitted lap of 139. So
He's going for it.
Yeah, he's going to have a hard time holding off these drivers behind. And I mean, he may cause the next caution. That is a tough ass to hold up drivers behind you on newer tires here. But yeah, that's about 30, 40 lap old tires at this point.
And unfortunately, there's only 4 guys behind him. You know, so a great effort. Man, what a great play that is. And he came up real close to being able to do. He might. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We've seen crazier things happen.
And does look like there were a couple people who elected to take
2 tires.
2 tires. Asher Bunkley taking 2 tires. Currently sitting P3. Boyd Hoggan, I believe he took all 4. Will be starting 4th position on the outside line there.
Oh man.
This
is gonna get good.
Tyler Justice will be in P5. Also took 4. And DeCarlo. Bump everyone up a spot. So Tyler Justice P4, DeCarlo P5. Boyd will be starting P2 front row on the outside. So, man, this is gonna be. I expect a lot of fireworks here at the end, here in Vegas.
Now, Terrell, how old are his tires?
Pitted lap 139.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't even going to be a challenge for Hoggan.
Yep.
The only thing Hoggan has to worry about is entering turn 1 that Terrell doesn't come up into him because his tires are so old. I don't care how good you are as a driver, 40 lap tires is just not what you want.
Yeah.
3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. These guys almost pulled it off with that strategy, though.
Yeah, and the Asher Bunkley, the 30 car, taking 2 there. So be sure to keep an eye on that car to see if it gets off to a clean start, doesn't spin anything or get super tight, super loose. Pace car is off here for this late caution. 3 to go here in Vegas. John Terrell on old tires will be starting on the inside, and he gets a decent jump there. Hoggan with fresh tires on the outside. He's looking to slide in front of the 30 car that took 2 tires. That pit stop 30 car nearly gets hooked by DeCarlo there. He's holding up that inside line. DeCarlo heavily on the inside of that 30 car, gonna make it 3 wide coming down the backstretch. Hoggan on the inside of Terrell. He's gonna get the pass done for first place coming into turns 3 and 4. Oh,
he drove the
30 cars sideways into the wall, and he's taking out all sorts of cars behind him. But I believe we took the white flag there, and so with that said, Boyd Hoggan will be winning here tonight at Vegas if he can hold on to the lead here. Coming down the backstretch, I will say DeCarlo does have a lot of momentum coming into turn 3. He's going to drive it into the back of Hoggan. He gets loose. Tyler Justice gets collected. Hoggan driving off towards the green start-finish line. Cars wrecking. coming out of turn 4, flying across the line. Wow.
And out of the stands comes Hulk Hogan and The Rock. That was like a professional wrestling ending right there. We saw that like the top 10 cars get taken out in the last 2 laps.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you saw DeCarlo
Higginbotham
give the
that's a
bumper.
third. Oh man, I'll tell you, this is going to be some funny interviews tonight, and this chat room is going to be lit.
Man.
Man, wow. Well, Boyd Hogan again. I think he's won the. Did he win the last race here in this series? Right.
Jacob Quill won last week in Phoenix. He got
Okay,
Boyd got
that's right.
P3.
Okay, that's right. That's right. So I know he won the truck race last night. He's won the last 3, I think, Cup races. So this guy's on fire right now. But
Yeah,
I just
I was gonna say,
go
if I
ahead.
remember right, last week he was dominating much of that race, and I believe he got penalized and sent to the back for crossing over
Yep.
the yellow line before the start finish. So
Yep.
some would say that race was taken from him, but he definitely came back this week and made a very strong point that he's not to be messed with, and he's got a fast car here.
Yeah, and look at this. Kramer snuck up to P5. Good for him. Sheets with a P6. You know, Sheets with the. I'm glad that he kind of moved up with kind of a couple of those wrecks because he was going to finish probably in 10th spot, and that was just not indicative of the race that he ran today. Great to see him up there. Great run for him. Same thing with Johnson in 7th. DiCarlo finally comes across in 8th. He drove a lot better than that 8th place finish, that's for sure. And then Campbell in 9th, and then Terrell, another guy who drove better than 10th spot. Well, let's take a look at what happened here.
Yeah, see the 24 of DiCarlo get a great run off turn 2 there. Has a lot of momentum, and he eventually gives the bumper to Hoggan going into turns 3. That makes him get loose. He collects the 7 car of Tyler Justice, and man, Tyler Justice goes for a ride, and Blake Roebuck able to just work his way through all of that madness there. Haden Higginbotham also able to work his way through and get P3, but yeah, coming back, I don't think Tyler even
again.
He was
Another
okay.
car.
He was able to finish the race there, but not until getting shuffled back to P12. He's lucky he landed back on his wheels so he could drive across the line there.
That's the 3rd car we've seen it upside down today.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there's gonna be some. I thought that was a little bit more. I didn't realize that was a later. Oh man, what a hit! Oh, this was the first wreck.
Richard Myers getting loose late. Oh man. Oh wow. Still able to get across the line there.
Wow. That was the first wreck. This is the second one.
Oh right, yeah, that was coming to the white flag. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Oh man. Wow. That was one of the craziest finishes that I've seen, except for Joe Wright finishing sideways in 2 consecutive races. But that was an interesting finish there. And we still have cars going by at speed. We might see some smash-up derby. Starting to see a little bit of it there.
Yeah, I think actually what happened there, Asher Bunkley was so damaged from the previous wreck, he was just rolling slowly on the inside, and the leaders coming to the line actually ended up getting into him there. So strange event happening there. But man, yeah, that was A strange finish to a much. I mean, latter half of that race was a lot of green flag racing. So, all right. So let's see if we can go to the post race now. And we'll get the interviews going in here just a moment.
Mr. Higginbotham cannot believe after the wreck he had earlier that he made it back in third. He probably has like a 10x.
Yeah, let's get him pulled up and see what
Find
those
out.
last couple laps were like. Give me 1 second. Mr. Higginbotham, you're in the booth. You got us?
Oh yeah, I do.
Man, so take us through those last couple laps. There was all sorts of stuff happening there.
I wish I knew what the hell happened. I know that before when we had that caution, I went into pit road and just had a horrible pit stop. My brain, I'd been clutching so bad that I just instinctively pressed the clutch instead of the brake and just slammed into my pit wall.
Oh,
So
man.
I went from 4th to I think I was like maybe 12th. And then before we got the white flag, I think I had gotten to, I want to say 7th. And then I don't even really know whatever happened in front happened. And I crossed the finish line and she said P3. And I said, okay, I don't know how, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that was definitely a dash to the finish there. Billy, sorry, you go ahead.
No, but wait till you see the replay of the finish. There was 2 big wrecks there that you made it through. One at the white flag and the other at the checkered, and it was insane. Congratulations from making it back from that first wreck you were in. And one question I have is, how many X's do you have?
I think I feel like I might have only had like 4 or 6.
No way.
I didn't get in any wrecks. I think I scrubbed the wall a little bit, but I never got in any wrecks or anything like that. I never had to fix much damage.
Oh, I thought you were involved in one of the big ones that happened at the beginning of the race.
No, sir, I was not. I kind of
Oh,
minded my P's and Q's to the first stage, and I got up to the front in the second stage and kind of hung around there until I was very unsure whether or not I wanted to fuel save. And like kind of midway through that last run, I was like, maybe I should. So I started doing it, and then they really started catching me. So I was like, I'll just chance it, and then I just kept going.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, man. Awesome run tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yep, great finish, Haden. Good job on the P3. Definitely going to help you a lot in points. So looking forward to. Are you coming back out next week?
Well, I don't know. It depends on if I need to fill this car again. Stuart Harding was supposed to fill this car
right
today, and he said he couldn't. Asked me to fill in, and I said, sure, why the hell not? I'll get some laps in for the cup race, and I mean, hell, I got 3rd, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll have to do Xfinity a little bit more.
Yep, great drive, man. You have a good evening.
Thank you, y'all too.
That was Haden Higginbotham, driver of the 39, filling in tonight. Stuart Harding was supposed to race in that car, but Haden doing a great job filling in, finishing P3. Strong finish by him tonight, up 14 spots from the start of the race. So good drive start to finish by Haden, able to get a handful of spots late after that late caution. So, or not, it wasn't even a caution, it was just a wreck. Wreck coming to the line there. Next up, Blake Roebuck of the 3 machine. Able to get P2 after all of that late shenanigans here at Vegas. Let's get him up in the booth. Give me 1 second. Mr. Roebuck, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, so we asked Haden to walk us through this last couple laps. What was that last lap around Vegas for you?
Yeah, I can get to the last lap here in a second, but that caution with 3 to go, whatever, I didn't want to see that. I felt pretty good where I was running. I was in 5th, and I feel like I was gonna catch my teammate there, Joe, to get 4th, but then the caution came out, and it was just all gloves off after that, and I didn't pick the right line there to begin with. I picked the inside, and that's where those guys with the guys that stayed out.
Yeah.
And I kind of just was a little stuck there, but made my way around them, and I was just hauling tail there, and I was just following those guys, and I kind of figured that that was going to happen to an extent. Um, but yeah, it looked like Colby just shipped it in there, and he lost control, and then Tyler he just didn't check up for it and ran right in the back of him, and then the seas parted, and I went right through it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw just how close Tyler coming up the track was to you, but if you take a look at the broadcast now or later, it was it was like inches
Oh,
from collecting you there at the end. So
Yeah,
surprised it
that's pretty
didn't net
crazy.
code.
I know, and the thing is there was a bunch of net code early on in the race with a bunch of incidents, so that's pretty crazy. And I know, like, you probably saw it a couple times. Like, I don't know why I was having some connection issues, but I was blinking a little bit, so pretty crazy that net code didn't happen there and add me up into the wad there.
Yeah. Now, Blake, where's that accent from?
Well, it's kind of weird. Um, I grew up on the West Coast and I moved to North Carolina, so it's a little bit of a mix.
Well, I purchased land in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and when I go down there with my northern accent, people's heads explode. So, great area, North Carolina, and congratulations on a great run tonight. You hung around that top 10 all night long. Your speeds were pretty consistent. How much fuel did you have to save to finish this lap? Well, to finish the race, and did you need a caution to finish?
Yeah, it sucks. I wish I was fully like no damage there. Lap 10, I got stuffed in the fence and had 4 minutes of damage the whole first two stages. I was just repairing, and by the time I got it repaired, I was running top 10 there, just right around 7th to 10th, and uh, by the end of it there with those long runs, that last long run I had 2 laps to the good, so we were all our teammates there. We were kind of saving at the front end of that run, and halfway through it, we just started going full tilt. So I was 2 laps to the good. Like I said, I didn't want to see that caution. I was good running fifth, but I'll take second at the end of the day, the way everything all transpired.
Yep. Well, congratulations, man. Awesome run tonight.
Yeah, real quick, just want to thank everyone over at Factory Motorsports. Boyd, congrats on the win. Everything that they do for setups, and thanking Steven for letting me be a part of this team. App State, Ford Performance Racing School, VRS, Team Conti, and 213somewhere.com. As always, I appreciate you guys for putting on the show. Hope you guys had a great show to watch tonight, and I don't know when I'll be back in Xfinity because we're in the whatever you want to call it, superstar car. So it's really fun, and hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, great race by you, Blake, tonight. Definitely had a great time up here in the booth watching you guys do some green flag racing, which last week obviously wasn't that. So good showing for the TCSP series tonight. You have a good evening, Blake.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Peace.
Yeah,
That
definitely
was
less
Blake Roebuck.
cautions tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, Blake Roebuck in the 3 machine had some damage early, had to overcome. And I mean, look, if you have 4 minutes of damage, getting top 10, top 15 is a dream. But finishing P2, that's on another level. That's a great comeback for Blake there in the 3 machine. Last but not least, sorry, you go ahead, Bill.
I was gonna say, once again, Boyd Hoggan.
Well, yeah, so we're gonna pull him up. I'm gonna ask him. So after last week, obviously he probably was a little pissed off driving today, but able to grab the lead and hold on to it here, pretty much the entire race. Let's pull him up into the booth. Hey, Mr. Hoggan, you're in the booth. You got us?
I gotcha.
Man, so great finish for you today. Obviously taking the win here in Vegas. Last week wasn't the end of the race that you were hoping for. Obviously, getting penalized on that restart. We were wondering if that had anything to do with just the sheer will and aggression you had tonight, and the ability you had to pull ahead and keep ahead for pretty much the entire race.
I wouldn't really say so. I knew Colby and them were going to be pretty mad. Like I kind of expected some sort of retaliation,
Yeah.
so I went pretty hard at it there. I did, I think 3 or 4 runs last night against what Justice and everyone was winning on winning B opens on last week, and found like a second and a half just the first 15. So it was like I just wanted clean air all night and see how it stacks up, because Justice was on what we'd been running all week, but it was with as big of a pickup as it was. Like it kind of drove like shit. I wasn't a big fan of how it drove, but it was like fast, dude. So I rolled with it. I was happy with it, and we got 30 or 40 laps into that stage 2 run, and he was chasing me down a little bit, and I thought I might have made a bad decision, and then we got about 10 more laps in, and I was like, damn, we got it now. So it was a good car. So no, I wouldn't really say it had anything to do with last week. It kind of popped up a little bit when the caution came out, but I mean, usually when you're running that good, something's gonna be thrown at you, and that was the restart, I guess. But we
Yeah.
survived.
So there was the wreck coming to the white flag. The race was able to continue because you guys got the white flag first. Going down the backstretch, seeing DeCarlo starting to get pulled up to your bumper, were you nervous going into 3 and 4? Were you ready for the shot he was going to give you?
I knew it was gonna be something because I knew how I'd have handled it, and based on everything Dallas has told me about him, it's a pretty similar mentality. Like, I I told him after the race, like I get it, it's cool. I would have done the same thing, but like just make sure it's isolated. I don't. There
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean,
a whole lot of need for it, but I get it. He's still pretty fresh to it all too, so you got to keep that in mind too. Like he's, from everything Dallas told me, he's busting ass pretty hard on the major stuff, and he's trying really hard to get good at this stuff fast, and he's done pretty well. So it's all right. Just gotta be a little more level-headed on a lot of people sometimes with this game.
yeah,
A
and
for effort.
I will say, I mean,
Yeah,
one of one of
he
the
got there.
golden rules is if you're gonna wreck somebody, make sure you don't wreck yourself. And not only did he not wreck you, but he wrecked himself and others. So that's
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely a
saw
tough
him.
way to finish there.
I didn't really think there was much of a chance he'd get to my bumper in the first place, and I backed off a little early into 3 and saw him kind of fired in, so I gassed up a little, and that was just enough. I don't even know if he got to my bumper, but I do know, in his defense, if you do, because I have tried hooking people myself on this damage model, if you mess that up, it's hooking you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what race it was the last couple of weeks, but it kind of, I had one of those. I think it was in the B car, Coda, or no, Cup car Coda. I ended up like getting on Xander's ass, and he ends up like wrecking me from ahead. Like, it's weird. This new damage model sucks. So I'd say that's probably at least 60% of what just happened. But
Yeah, and we're taking a look at your teammate Tyler Justice. He was on his side coming to the checkered flag. He got collected there after the
yeah,
failed bump and run, but we chatted with him after in the third stage. Were you guys kind of working together in that last stage to save and to know like exactly when to get going again?
I mean, Tyler and I have worked together basically out of the womb. Um, it's kind of just gotten more and more refined over the years. So yeah, we're on the same page, reading the same notes, hanging out. We're he was using my fuel calculator a little bit because he was just sitting there going off the iRacing one. I'm like, we still got like half a lap here before we're good, but
Mm-hmm.
it worked out pretty good. Yeah, Tyler. Blake ends up P2. Joe ends up P4. That's good day for them. Rodney Roberts was digging his ass off all night.
Yeah, we were
Good
watching him
recovery
quite a bit.
last week.
Yep.
I was proud of our whole, like, that whole little factory squad, our legacy guys, Tyler. Honestly, I know Colby had a X on my head all night, but I was proud of him for running as good as he did. So I don't know. It was a good little night for some people, terrible for others. I'll take it.
Well, it was good for you, and congratulations again. And seems like we're constantly saying that to you, man. Awesome job.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all putting the show on. Appreciate Wifey for watching. Everybody else over on Twitch and whenever it gets put up on YouTube. It's pretty cool seeing everything that's going on with the league. And again, I appreciate everyone putting up with my shit. Let me hang out and be part of it. It's been pretty fun. It was a good little green race. The
Yeah.
whole back half. That was impressive. That was a relief.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
definitely was
fun.
that was testing my commentator capabilities, because after a lot of green flag racing and single file, like I was starting to call Zach Saunders wash because he kept just dropping back further and further, but I'm sure he'll get back at me up for that one. But yeah, that was a great stint there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that whole, I mean, really, the whole top 10, top 12 was like, everyone's pretty good together. Like, I keep saying it at the end of these. I don't know what the hell's going on in the back half, but the front half's doing pretty good. So I see what I can see, and they're doing pretty good. I don't know.
And one more quick question, boy. Did you watch that rabbit hole movie I sent you last night?
No, no, that's
Yeah,
a lot of time.
you gotta go check it. Oh. All right, bud. Awesome race, man. A lot of cautions in the beginning, a lot of fuel saving, things like that. Is there anything that you wish you did different?
Um, could have got the pole maybe. I don't know. I don't know who was that got the pole, but I don't think I could have done that. Honestly, they hit the lap right. So
Yeah.
no, it was all pretty good. Pretty well executed. I guess looking back on it, I didn't necessarily need to save the fuel and make it to the end because I mean Joe just said he was going straight from the get go, and that's honestly it's probably the smartest decision you can make, especially when you get a league with a lot of new guys around each other early on in the season. The yellow's usually going to come out, but what it actually came out for apparently wasn't ideal. But
Yeah.
it's is what it is.
All right, man. Well, you have a good evening. Great win tonight. Obviously you're running again tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir.
So you'll be
Full
back
time.
out there with the Majors Garage Cup Series running tomorrow night. So good luck
Yep.
there.
You
But
too,
great win.
Toms.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you.
It'll be fun.
All right.
All right.
All right, have a good
We'll see
evening.
you, bud.
Peace.
Y'all have a good night.
Oh,
That was Boyd
man.
Hoggan, driver of the 6 car, finishing P1 after some would say being cheated out of a win last week in Phoenix, able to come back tonight and capture the lead here at Vegas in a very dominant fashion. Not only was he running out front, sometimes 3-4 seconds ahead of the field, he knew exactly when to save his fuel and tires there at the last stint, and then worked his way back from about P9 to the front of the pack again. So just overall a great drive from him from start to finish.
Yeah, and I told you he had a girl watching. I told you. I told you.
Yep, he did. He did, giving the wife the shout out there. Definitely cool to have the family checking
Yep.
out the race. And for you guys in the chat, I know we had a little bit of a lighter crowd tonight. Sometimes these cookie cutter races, tracks, they don't attract all the views, but just thank you so much for everybody for sticking around and tuning into the stream. I think we still got up to just about 40 viewers at one point. So on a track like this where things can be a little bit slow, it still had a great turnout. We're going to continue to do the points betting, even though like some of them kind of fell through a little bit. I think it'll still be a lot of fun to keep those going. So look forward to more of those next week. Tomorrow night we'll have the Majors Garage Cup Series here at Las Vegas. The next gen cars. I mean, to me, I think it's going to be totally different. I know those cars kind of have issues with the dirty air, but should expect still a lot of passing, a lot of side-by-side racing. So it should be an action-packed night tomorrow night at Vegas. Bill, you have anything to add to the race tonight or tomorrow night?
Well, I want to find out, how do you feel about tomorrow night's race? How does your car feel?
So the fact that there weren't any official races up for A Open and I couldn't make any of the NIS, I've been only able to run test laps. So I'm a little nervous to see how the car behaves with the other cars around. But really, I feel like the setup I have is pretty quick. So it's just up to me to drive well and not burn off the right rear. And yeah, hoping to qualify well too. Stay out front, just because as you saw here tonight, a lot of cautions can come through that mid and back of the pack here. So yeah.
Yep. Well, I wish you the best of luck tomorrow night, and
Thanks,
thank
man.
you for having me tonight. And I will see you next week.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for calling the race with me, Bill. You have a good evening.
You too, buddy. Anytime.
Again, thanks guys so much for coming out. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for coming out and supporting the CGR Racing League and Team Conti Sim Performance Dash Series. Next week, we'll be at Homestead, Miami. So next Tuesday night, we'll be back here on Twitch, Crown Jewel RN channel, and be streaming from Homestead, Miami, which is a very interesting track. A lot of different lines you can run there early and mid run. So should be a great race. You guys have a good evening and a good rest of your week. Have a good one.